control.
So you say get your own, like your own platform, like our own Zoom, so to speak.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it probably, all these technologies at this point, a lot of them are white labelable, you know, or a lot of the tools that make them work are like white labelable, meaning like you can get a a web framework and shoot, which with especially with AI now, man. I saw a website get built in AI in less than 5 minutes. I'm talking about it dreamed up it told it what it wanted it to look like, dreamed it up, and it presented the front end of a website that looked comparable to Spotify or whatever. Like it was shocking how good this thing looked off of AI. So to answer your question, yeah, you could probably do it. It's just a matter of figuring that out, whether you're gonna hire a professional on Fiverr or Upwork or one of these sourcing sites. So you're gonna, look at enough YouTube videos and figure it out yourself. But at this point, anything is possible. Like
Also,
honestly,
also, do you think there right now that exists? Is there an AI label, record label with AI artists?
there's definitely that happening. I mean, Timberland last album was an AI project, and that shit sound phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I've heard, I mean, I'm sure other people here could attest to that. Maybe you've heard a song or you played a song that you thought was a human, and it ended up being AI at this point. Like, we're in the future. We're there. We're there. They're gonna be. I don't even know what the point. There'll be robots pretty much talking to each other. I mean, they could do it now about whatever subject. Internet can do news. I mean, AI can do news. Choose the voice you want. AI can do recaps. Choose the voice you want. Can even make cartoon videos based on ideas at this point. It's getting crazy. It's getting real crazy. Hell, the Matrix is right here. It's like literally around the corner. I don't know if it would work exactly the same, but being put to sleep and sitting in some vessel and dreaming, some people probably want that, not me, but is what it is.
That sounds like Surrogates, the movie Surrogates.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of movies, anybody saw Sinners yet?
What's that?
Sinners with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, no.
I think it's something to watch, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to say too much about it. I know people probably don't see a couple, but I think it's something that y'all should watch. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How was your week? How was last week? What's the latest?
We had a Mr. Smith come invade our household last week. Couldn't even get in on your Zoom call last week. I don't know what the hell that was about. Everything on my computer worked except your Zoom call.
So last week Zoom went down globally.
Oh, it did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something going on.
It went down globally, so it just happens sometimes. I don't know. That's the first time it ever happened to me, and to us, I should say. But that was
maybe they did something sneaky in the middle of the night while it was down. Put some little embedded something in our system. I don't know.
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. Possible. Wouldn't be like, I mean,
it's not laughable. It's something that, it's something you got to think about these days, man. I mean, people be thinking it's a conspiracy theory and everybody's paranoid, but the technology's so good that hell, they could have a little ant in here that's made out of a robotic material that's spying on you. As far as we know,
how would you even know? Which is so crazy, but I agree, man. I also look at how crazy it was that before that Spotify was down. Same day. And remember, that was all around the tariff talk heavy and whatnot. Not saying
they really trying to disguise that, and you know, even that Pope, to me, that kind of seems like a conspiracy. I hate to say it, man, but JD Vance visits, and then a few days later, the Pope is dead. What the hell?
It's all in the back of our minds, man. That it's just weird, man. Like, yo, how did JD Vance go see the Pope
then he's dead, and then so like he could tell the whole world, oh, the Pope told me, Pope personally told me that we was doing the right thing, and Pope can't deny it. What? A Pope ain't there to deny it. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. That's the truth, man. I have no idea what's happening, man. I would hope that that's not the case, man. That would be too crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and say, shoot.
They're trying to get in our religion, our education, our finances, our history. They trying to erase everything, man. It's just crazy.
Here's a magic question to y'all. In another 5 years, are we still free? I'll leave that in the air.
Are we free now? Ask that question. I don't even know if we're free now.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that too, but I just want to just be in with all this technology and what y'all talking about.
Nothing's free.
Are we still free to say what we want to say? Are we free to go where we want to go and be how we want to be?
I'm gonna go with what old school said. I don't know like what's free now. My water's not free. You know, for me to drive into Manhattan now costs me money. If I want to get to anywhere except for walking, I gotta pay.
In
another 5 years, are we going?
You gotta pay to die. You can't even die in peace, man. Motherfuckers want to send you a bill. Send your kids a bill.
Hey, I believe we are creatively free.
That might be right. I like that answer. Creatively,
that's big. That's big right there to me.
Oh, that and then they can't take your spirit. I don't know how. No matter how to matter what, even a slave.
Amen to that. That's it right there.
The movie. I think y'all should watch that movie. Sinners. It's sort of crazy. Low key touches on some of this, but at the end of the day, I do think creativity is free.
Yeah, that we are right about that. It is free, but
they'll try to stifle it or cover it up or destroy
someone's gonna steal it and copyright it or whatever. So,
like they do in the books, like they do in Maya Angelou. What they trying to get them out of the library?
That's what I mean by creatively free.
They're trying to get Maya Angelou's books out of the library.
The one book, they banned her book from the library. The one, the bird sings. I know why the bird sings. Sings.
Yeah, really.
They take that out of the U.S. libraries.
Why?
It's on the list. It's on that PEI list.
That's jacked up. We can counter that though with our own libraries, virtual libraries, and all that shit. Extra promote her shit, like put stank on.
Right.
What's the point of them?
We need to fight fire with the technology. Don't let the technology get past us where we can't manipulate it and bounce back off that shit.
Well,
right.
Well, we sorry to say, we'll probably lose.
I mean, look who has in charge of the technology. His main man. His main man is got his own technology. No, he sold it, didn't he? He sold that X somebody up, but there's you still got the ones that control X and all these social media platforms are all billionaires with their own agenda. You know, they don't have our agenda in mind.
No doubt, no doubt, no
and
doubt.
Then if you think about it, you know, one billionaire, and then say all the black people in the United States have the power of a billionaire, but if we join together, but you know, divided, we don't have no power, but together we have the power of a billionaire to fight billionaires. But the only way we can do it is to join together.
And like I said,
that's highly unlikely.
As long as
on our own shit. On our own shit.
Just watch CNN sometimes. There's so many black Republicans that support Trump. I'm like, what the hell? What the? Are you
stop watching CNN, because that's some bullshit too. I mean, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, CNN is bullshit. I mean, I try to get it something over Fox, but they're the same as Fox. Really.
Everybody is all the same. All of it's telling you the same bullshit in different, like, roundabout ways. Some more direct, but everybody's full of shit, man. Are we free? I don't think so.
The media's not free.
If you can't publicly voice your opinion about something you don't like without a threat of going to jail, or even as a citizen potentially going to a foreign country to serve jail time because you don't agree with something, that's dictatorship to me.
Yeah, I'm actually really scared to go call the congressman. They'd be like, call your congressman? Nah, that's going to put me on some list. If I call my congressman, that's going to put me on some list, and they'll be watching me from then on. I'm like, what the hell? That's how they got us thinking now.
They're going to have an old school be hanging out in this, what you call it, in El Salvador.
Freedom ain't free sometimes, man. Goddamn.
No, that's what we're saying. Like,
and so, but the price, sometimes the price of freedom is death. You know, freedom or death. I mean, because I know I ain't gonna be able to live through no slavery again. I'm too old for that shit. Fuck that shit. No slavery for me. I will go down fighting, man. I swear to God, I will.
I just don't understand the point of like taking like Maya Angelou's book out of a national library, like,
because if you really
they never wanted to see a black person get up.
The Cage Bird Sing is talking about some people, like us in bondage. It's a caged bird sing, and the bird still can sing even under bondage. And the white people don't want to hear that. It's an uplifting strength story.
I think that Donald Trump's faction maybe is a special breed of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these MAGA motherfuckers.
Most people don't care. Like, we're talking about reality. If you look at it, uprisings are happening. I mean, you have protests all over this country, and they're getting like more intense.
And they try to stifle them. You know, what did he do the last time?
It's not black people leading these protests. The protests that just happened at Yale, that's Harvard. No disrespect. It ain't like people of color. Period.
What did he do the last time they had protests? He had the soldiers shooting guns at us and shooting and rubber bullets and tear gas at niggas and shit, man. Marking down the street like he was a Kremlin leader and shit, you know, with his head up and soldiers behind him. I'm like, what the? Damn. We are living in the Russian world. We're living in a authoritarian oligarchy, whatever you want to call it. Every big word that they have, we're living under that right now. Because if you look up the word oligarchy, United States is one of the 6 countries that define that definition. There's only 6 countries that define the definition of the oligarchy, and the United States is one of them.
What are the other 5?
I think one's Russia, one's South Korea, and there's a few. I looked it up, and they fucking said it in Google. I'm like, what the? I guess Google's not trying to brainwash us all the way. I mean, they fucking be telling the truth sometime when you just Google some shit.
Man, all right. Well, we gotta play some music. It's starting out tense. Everybody's tight. They trying to put the clamps on everybody. We're gonna free up. Let's play some joints.
Wait, mind your ass will follow.
I'm talking all this stuff. I didn't even do no shares, nothing. This just
kid.
craziness. All right, let me all right, check this out. It's called The Grinch, of course, and
Interesting flip to the Curtis Mayfield joint. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, Little Child Running Wild. Glockavelli, the album coming out May 2nd. Thoughts on Key Glock, this project, what we've been hearing so far. Is there anticipation here?
Shit, I thought that was Future. I ain't even gonna front. You know what I mean? But that shit was hard. That shit was hard because that ain't even normally my lane right there. But that shit was tough.
From my knowledge of Key Glock, I will admit, is consistent in dropping records. Now, trying to find the right record that'll hit, now that's a whole nother story in itself. But Key Glock has been persistent in putting out records just to see which one will hit. So I think he might have something with this one. I'm not sure, but he might, because of the flip of the Curtis Mayfield flip, he might get some people's attention.
Heard. Yeah. He had a couple
Got
of
a little old school flavor to it too. That like that 8-ball MJG kind of flip to it. To me. At least it reminds me when I hear it. That's what I'm kind of hearing. That style of music. That kind of Midwest crunk with the drum beats and the snare. That's that type of music I was kind of hearing.
Now he is from Memphis, so there could be some of that energy, by nature. Because I think 8-ball MJG, they from Memphis.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some of that energy. Maybe that was on purpose, intentional.
It's like that 3-6 Mafia from Memphis.
Yes.
They from Tennessee.
The beat style. I wonder if that was produced by not Juicy, the other one, because that's
Project Pat.
No, not Project Pat. The other one that
DJ,
produced one with the 1 R.
Juicy J?
No, not Juicy J.
No.
Oh, DJ Paul.
DJ Paul.
The beat style is like something like similar to what Paul might do.
Well, to be honest, technically, Paul and Juicy J was doing them beats back in the day for all the 3-6 projects. It was both of them.
Yeah, I know, but I know Paul. He DJ. He really. I've been a 3-6 Mafia fan for a very long time. But I know Paul's style. I know the style between Jay and Paul. Now, since they broke up, I know a Juicy J beat versus a DJ Paul beat, and that sounds more like. I'm not saying it just sound like he did that, but I don't know. It could be. It has.
It is a Memphis style type of song. So, I mean, all the people from Memphis do that type of shit. It's fucking 8-ball and MJG started that shit back in the day. We're coming out hard, and then it dropped, and then it just accumulated from different people. Gorilla, then the whole CMG camp, and then. It's just that's the Memphis style.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think he has a little bit of energy going. Like, I think when this album drops, it's going to actually get some numbers, because it doesn't really, how should I say? In New York, it's not like we're playing Key Glock like that, but I can feel the energy coming from whether it's social or the streets or somewhere else, but these records, they've been hitting. And I know when we did our event, we did an event for him, 2 years ago now, in Manhattan, and the amount of people that came out to that event to support him was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, yo, this dude got energy. Like, they know him.
And the funny shit is he's not getting that big of a push from the label. Like, he's doing all that shit organically. Like, he's not getting no major push. Like the way they've been sending me his records, I've been putting Key Glock records on I don't know how many mixtapes I got. But every time I drop a mixtape, he always seems to have a record for me to put on the mixtape. And I'm like, damn, this nigga is actually out here working. Like, this artist that work, this nigga works. He's playing Russian roulette right now. He's just throwing records out there to see which one is gonna hit. He's fishing.
Yeah.
He's fishing.
Yeah. But like I said, I heard a couple of joints off this project so far. It's been dropping, I think, one every week, and it seems to be building up. But nah, something Willie said we'll talk about after we play this next song. In terms of labels and what's happening there. So a lot is changing. A lot is changing. Check it out. All right. Tommy Richmond acting up with Sexy Red. What are we thinking on this song here?
Did that song say somebody peed on themselves? Is that what that song say? Somebody peed on themselves?
That was the last song. The last song said
before
that.
That was on Yeet.
You getting the wrong, song.
Yeah, Yeet the Bell. That said that. Yeah. Yeet. Yeet the Bell. That was before this, and then you got this Tommy Richard. The reason I played the Tommy Richard because people have been talking about this record. Like people have been in New York. I don't know what's going on here, but Flex has been killing that song. I've been hearing people play it, people talk about it, and we got requests for it.
The beat. It's the beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say the beat too. I would just play the instrumental. Yeah, I didn't even like Tommy Richmond's vocals on it. It sounded like he was trying to do some dishonor to Prince or something, man. What the hell?
Dishonor. Yo. Nah, I think what it is, I don't, his vocals always sound off. His first single, his vocals sounded off. I was like, I don't know how this is winning, but it was winning. I don't know. But all right, Enzo said it was given mid 2000s. Peter's nice. Golden mix back to back. It was blended. Okay. Tracy Gray said he played all the time for a while now before you came out with the feature.
It's the beat. It's the beat.
With it, rock with it type of snap type beat. Put a snap to that shit.
They're gonna make you play some. They're gonna make you play Sexy Red, Swerve, guaranteed.
Soldier Boy, tell him. I was waiting for that shit to pop in right there. You know what I mean?
Nah, you get that, then it's gonna be But she's in the beginning thing there, so you gotta. I say this, it give more play than Jello than G3.
Wow, man. Jello came and went. Are people still playing Jello?
Yo, wait. So funny thing is, I'm listening to the third joint. So why his singles sound like the first? All of them sound the same. The beat, everything, cadence. I'm like, nah. This is what they spent $8 million for. Oh boy, and it's not even making. I told you the legs ain't running. It's not still running.
That's all he got, Joe. That's all he got. You know what I mean? I just laughed too because, like I said, we Drake got so much knock for so much alleged culture appropriation, whatever. It's like Jello, the same dude. You didn't come up with no struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like didn't come up. You know what I mean? But you listen to all his music. It's all about the stick and all that. And it's like, why did he get the pass?
Social media and basketball. I really think that's all. It really was just social media and basketball, because they took to it so hard. I guess it's falling flat now. I don't even remember what the last song. Did we play the third?
No, we didn't.
All three of them sounded the same anyway. So if you heard Tweaker, you heard all of them.
And for all y'all here, Digiwaxx family, y'all try to tell me something 3 months ago. Now look what I said. I told y'all. Come on, man. Trust my A&R ears and producer ears, man. I know what I'm talking about, man. I know what I'm talking about.
All we try to tell you, Swerve, is like I said, you apparently are not DJing younger crowd, because younger crowd is calling for it. They still asking for Jello.
No, shoot, they asked more.
I know they asking for Sexy Red too.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Without a doubt.
Hold on. I will say, CL's right. Two things. Okay, yes, they asked for Sexy Red. Jello's not getting asked for. And they asking for the fan song. That fan song, I did a few. I done played that a few times already. So yeah, it's but I'm just saying, these are the songs. Even the younger people are getting into it too, because it's becoming a thing here in New York now. So it's getting played. I didn't go against the grain on that one because I was like, okay, give it some time. Yeah, it's going to heat up, and this is about to be summertime. The people getting a fan. Younger people too is falling in line too. So when it comes to the young people, they not asking for they be at my spot.
Listen, younger people and people in general that come to your spot are telling you what they like. They're telling you what the streets like. You can't go against that because that's like, you know what I mean? You can't DJ for yourself. You got to DJ for the people.
But what I was saying is they ain't asking for what y'all trying to tell me is going to get played. They ain't nobody, not one person asked for that shit.
This is a great question. Let's just go around real quick. DJ Head, Miracle Kid. What 2 or 3 records is people asking you now when you go and spin a set in the streets of New York, whether you upstate or down here? What are they asking you to play? I don't know what they ask you to play, but can you give me a couple of records that they ask you to play?
Well, up here when I'm in Syracuse, they ask for that kid Boss Man D-Lo a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, Boss Man D-Lo. They still asking for like a little bit of what's that kid name? I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now. But Boss Man D-Lo, they really ask for him up here in Syracuse a lot.
Who you talking about? That Big X the Plug?
Yep.
Big X the Plug also?
Yep, that's his name. Yeah, yep.
Okay, there it is.
Hey, he got himself commercials now. Got to get that dude some props. You know what I mean? He got himself a couple ads now. So
I literally was gonna ask End Zone the same thing. Like, okay, now she said Trap Dickie, and me and Raven been talking about Trap. Like, what's going on with Trap Dickie?
And he's doing his thing. I met him, I think 2 years ago at a gig. He was performing at a Sweet 16 party that me and another DJ was DJing at. So I actually met him before he blew up. But he's really doing his thing. I know you could vote for him for the XXL freshman thing. He's one of the nominees for that. He was at Dreamville. He met J. Cole. So he's really putting on for the Carolinas. And they saying that the Carolinas is getting big because you got Trap Dick, you got 803 Fresh, everybody's playing their songs, and Boots on the Ground, people are requesting it a lot. I DJ'd at a 90s party last month, and they was requesting Boots on the Ground. I was like, well, this ain't a 90s song, but since they kept requesting, I played it for them.
Wow.
And I was like, at that point, just call it a party, not a 90s party.
All right. Raymond, you there? What they asking for in these streets?
We heavy on the West over here. You know what I mean? Like I said, West is up right now. But like I said, with the younger demo, definitely they still want that Sexy Red. I can't knock that. Glorilla. And again, depending on the settings, because like I said, I do a lot of event shit with sports. Like Jello's still mad. Like you can still see the crowd knock to that. But for myself in a setting like a bar or a little club, I ain't playing no Jello. You know what I mean?
Jello's out. I definitely want to ask Queen B up in Hartford, like, what they asking for?
Hey, what's up, y'all? They checking for Glorilla, Sexy Red, Boots on the Ground with the fan. We're getting up to speed with this Boots on the Ground. But I also like Flipper T, Affirmations. Have you heard that? Right there. Okay. It's gonna be hot.
Okay.
Have y'all played it yet?
Nah, I don't think we have.
Y'all need to play that one. For real.
All right.
Is anybody getting asked about this Zeddy Wheel joint? Because I think the Zeddy Wheel's kind of getting some radio love.
Yeah. Well, Zeddy up here is definitely getting like love. We did it for a while.
Did you get that email I sent you about that event this week up there?
Nah, which one is it?
I think it's tomorrow. Check it out because he's doing a little private thing out your way.
Okay, I'll probably go to that. That sounds dope. Yeah, he's doing his thing, and he's also a social media influencer, like big time. So he's got 2 lanes. The fact he got a radio song now is big. That's big, and he has a whole crew of artists. They all make records together. So he's moving out here for sure. But that Tommy Richmond is getting love here. In New York for sure, it's getting love. And that joint, it just came out. So I don't know.
Are you talking about the remix though? The remix is getting more love than
the remix is instantly getting more love.
Okay.
Instantly. One of the records I thought that was crazy that I heard a DJ say this is the #1 song in the city. it was a Drake record, and that was about 3 weeks ago. And I thought
to tell you, that Nokia going a little nuts. Like I said, he got himself another little hit on his hand.
Are you talking about Push Up or what's the name of that song?
Yeah, Nokia.
Okay. I got a question to you, with you guys, though, because do you kind of like feel weird when you play Drake's song? Like it's almost like, oh, should I play it? I might not like it. Because I did like a weed event for 20s. And, you know, I like to see what people's reaction. And I play that song. And I was kind of like scared to play it for some reason. Because I don't know if they, you know, how they feel about Drake now. But I still played it. Do you guys get scared?
I think it's a setting thing. So I'll put it this way, and this is where, like I say, Drake still has himself a formula. I did a military event, 2,000 people, all ages, all races, and Nokia worked. It was nuts. So you had older demo, vibing to it. Of course, the younger demo, especially when you want to talk in that 18 to like 24 range, they knew all the words. You know what I mean? It's just dude still just got him a formula of knowing how to make hits, whether we want to fucking knock them or not, you know. But you know, people have been trying to say it's because he does these songs about relatability or whatever, or being humble, vulnerable. Like he definitely just caters more to the female side.
It's the Sonics, man. It's the
Sonics. I mean, it's the Sonics, all that. I mean, I understand it 100%.
That's why, like, when people get it, when they be talking about, oh, they be getting so much in this and artists, and I know, you know, we can't really be a part of their lives, and what they do is what they do. But if they come out with something, I remember the first time with the Kels thing, and then he came out, Step in the Name of Love, and everybody was on that. And I'm like, music is a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It either hits your soul or it don't. It's all about sonics and frequencies. I understand what that is. And me producing and putting stuff together, I understand. Like when I hate it when certain DJs, they be doing blends, but some blends do not go together. Certain acapellas with the instrumental beat do not go. It doesn't sound, to me,
sounds horrible. Some of them.
I don't know about y'all, but to me, I'd be like, that don't go together, man. I don't care. They be trying to just, and I'm like, that's not a good mix. That's not a good blend. You know what I mean? You know, when you hear a good blend and you put something together, oh, that sounds like that person actually belonged on that beat, you know? And so, like, that the whole sonic thing, coming of age now, like so many years, I really understand it. I didn't understand it before, but I knew what I was hearing and what I heard. But now, to school and doing it, I understand it now. So I totally understand. When I hear something, I know if it's a go or not.
Yeah, I've made it a point to tell DJs as I'm either leaving from the night or taking off, I go give them their props, and I'll be like, listen, just because you can do something don't mean you should. And oftentimes they give it, it's like, and I tell them respectfully, you know what I mean? And they be like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? So, you know, just because you can do it don't mean you should.
Yeah. And I agree with Swerve for sure. Some of the blends and the mixes is just, it don't need to be done. Sometimes it does. We heard some smashes.
I want to speak on it.
Yeah.
Them niggas is whack. A lot of these niggas that be calling themselves doing remixes ain't doing nothing but just pressing buttons and just playing them, hoping that they fit. They're not doing no real shit. Now, I ain't speaking on everybody. I can speak for myself. And CO, you can vouch for this. Anytime I do a remix, I add my own little flair to it, my little scratching or whatever. I make it my own. A lot of these dudes is playing other people's mashups and not doing the shit themselves. I mean, it's supposed to be fun for DJs, especially with the stems. Songs that never had acapellas. This is supposed to be making DJs get more creative and having more fun with it. It's supposed to bring the fun back to DJing. I don't know what's going on with these whack ass mashups that they putting out. So,
well, I'm gonna add to what you just said, C Styles. There's a lot, way more DJs than it was, of course, in the 80s and the 90s, since the technology out there. Let's be real. A lot of so-called DJs that DJ, they don't have an ear. They never had an ear. So they utilizing, yes, the technology, and they putting these things together and thinking it works and it sounds good, but it don't. Just like I ran across so many people that just because you get a drum machine or whatever you may, I make beats, and that joint just sounds whack. It's the same thing. You have to have an ear. Some people that are not DJs, that's just fans or that comes to events, they have an ear because they know what you're doing. They know everything that you're doing and how it sounds, and they'll come. I had it all the time, every week. Yo, you good? Yo, I like the way you da-da-da. Oh, I heard that mix you was doing. I'm like, thank you. And a lot of times I just be experimenting because I know now I DJ, but I also produce while I DJ. That's my new thing now. I produce while I DJ. I create something right there on the spot that I never ever tried because I don't practice at home. My setup is not even set up at home. I have my drum machine, and that's what I be on all the time at home. I get my practice at the spot all the time because I'm producing in my head. Let me try this. Let me do this. And let me do that. I'm not saying I hit it on the mark every time, but I'm in the 90 percentile, over 95 percentile when I do.
But that's what DJing is about. DJing is about being experimental and dropping them blends on the fly and experimenting with blends, especially on the fly. Like this is how it was back in the day.
I mean, if you're great, you can do that. But sometimes cats got to really study the craft at home and make sure, like at a certain level, if you really understand music, then you can do that. But a lot of these guys and girls, I think they didn't think it out all the way, and they trying it out in front of an audience, and it's killing the vibe.
They got in this shit for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of DJs that are not really DJs. They're just here because they see what we do and got excited by it. So they figure they can get a laptop and fucking Spotify and Tidal playlist and think they're DJs now. And that's whack. I hate them niggas.
You know how many people that come to me and ask me, they want me to train them or teach them how to DJ. And this is what I do with the young kids. But I get a lot. I would say I get more females than males come to me that wanting to learn how to DJ. And I'm like, man, one thing I tell people that anybody want to go into get into DJing, I say, yo, it's not about the gear. You have to know, you have to be very knowledgeable about music in general, music that came way before you and all these different genres, because I flow through different genres in one night. As I'll quote one of my music rocker, CL, you know who music rocker is. He used to say on the mic, I'll take you around the world in one night. Well, that's what a DJ is supposed to do. If you have a great expansion mind of having different genres within your computer or your hard drive.
Yo, listen, back in the day when me and Jam Master Jay used to tour, we used to take 10 to 20 cases of records, and they would have to load all of them shits up, all in one long ass line. And we would just go through all the records in one night. Everything. Soft rock, R&B, breaks, reggae, instrumentals, blends. We did every fucking thing there was to do as far as DJing. And this was on the turntable era. So if anybody knows me, they know I was with Jam Master Jay, touring with him since I was 6 years old until the last days. So we did everything. He taught me everything. So everything that I know, I got from him and then a couple of extra people. When we would tour, our technician would actually be bringing out 10 to 15 to 20 cases of records and asking us, oh, okay, where we gonna put these? Where we gonna put these? And we got them lined up: R&B, old school, reggae, rock, international, house music. Everything was lined up right, so we knew where to go to. But yeah, you gotta know your music. You have to know your music. If you're not musically inclined, the computer is not gonna help you not one bit.
Good point. All right, let's play this joint here. This is from one of our crew. And we'll be right back.
That was a groovy movie right there. I ain't even gonna lie. That was definitely groovy. It gave me D'Angelo Voodoo vibes. Classic album. Groovy movie.
Dope project. Right in time for 420. It's Cushion Orange Juice 2. Tons of features, good vibes. I mean, at this point, Wiz is like a seasoned veteran. You know, he's just putting up smash, just not even smash, just good music that you could just roll to and smoke to. So that's
in a minute for him, though.
Yeah, but I think didn't he do one last year?
No,
He didn't do one? I thought he did one last year, but
no, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
he did. I mean, yeah, he had man, what was that? It was kind of like a little mini album of like freestyle.
I feel like he did something last year for 420.
Probably.
For 420. Oh, I don't know if he did.
If I don't remember, it didn't matter.
You smoked out. It's all good. I know that's how I get down. But yeah, I thought he did Cushion Orange Juice Part 1, or was it? I don't remember the project, but
no, that mixtape's like years old, the original one. You know what I mean? I want to say like 9 years or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So this is the part 2 of it though. You know what I mean? But this is a dope ass project. The whole album is good. The whole album is good. He got a lot of dope people on there. Problem produced shit on there. Mike and Keys. He definitely got a lot more West Coast flavor on this shit for sure.
Dope shit.
But even that one was with Gunna. You know what I mean?
So Gunna's good now. He's not in the
I guess so. He got that other joint, what, Classy Girl, that's kind of going heavy with a turbo.
Yeah.
That's kind of a vibe too, you know.
Yeah. All right, so that's what's up. Shout out to Gunna. I don't know how C Style feels about it, but you know, Atlanta's a different energy.
It's all right. I mean, people are still fucking with Gunna, so
all right, so he made it through. Okay.
Yeah, like he's not as big as he was, but they fucking with him. I mean, as long as he keep dropping records, I think he still be a survivor.
Dope.
I told y'all, we in a time where people don't care if the music good. It's almost, I think, shoot.
Listen, Vibes Cartel killed some people. He's good money. Just sold out twice at the Barclays. So
people tend to not say they forget, but it's like that set to the side. Oh, I like that song. That's basically, it's just got to hit their soul. You hit their soul, you good. You come out with some good music, you good.
And I ain't gonna say nothing else. Watch Sinners.
Watch Sinners.
Watch Sinners. All right,
yo, they talking real spill real quick. They talk about Tory Lanez music behind jail is doing better than Megan Thee Stallions out here in the street.
Wow.
What's happening?
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to get our first guest opinion on that. Hailing in from Staten Island. He's in the big body Benz, hanging out, got the sunglasses. You know what I mean? I'm about to send him my Zelle or my Cash App real quick. I'd like to get lunch. Anyway, Kofi Black is in the building. Word up. What's up, Kof? You're on mute. Oh, yeah, and number 2, can you turn your phone? I know you're in the car. I don't know how the setup is. But if you could turn your phone to that, the landscape mode. Perfect. Yeah, then you got to find a little mic button, and you push that. That's going to take you off of mute. It's at the bottom. Little mic button. Touch the screen once, you'll see, a little mic pop up, and then bingo. Yes, no? No, bottom, click on it.
Bottom left. You see a microphone?
Click on the screen, touch the screen, and then the mic should pop up bottom left.
Here we go. I got it. We good now?
You're back. You're on. Welcome to New Music Wednesday. How's everything, man?
Man, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got my wife and my tribe with me. You know what I'm saying? Say what up, tribe. Hey. Say what up, tribe. Yeah. So we driving down south on vacation. That's it.
Okay, where y'all going?
We're gonna go to South Carolina real quick. Got some people to see, got some barbecues to attend.
Okay.
You know.
Some barbecues to attend. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. You gonna put some boots on the ground, man. Go get some flags and get involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
You're a musician, you can blend in,
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, welcome to the call, man. Great to have you on.
Thank you.
I definitely have played some of your music in the past, but I feel like it's your first time actually coming and hanging out with us. Am I right?
Yeah. It's the first time.
Yeah, man. So let's go through some Kofi background for those who don't know. the musical story. Where you from originally, and then how did you find your way to this music game?
I'm from Staten Island, land of the Woo. Literally, I'm from Park Hill. Um, and you know, coming from a background, my mom's a preacher, originally from Mobile, Alabama, raised in Brooklyn. My pops is from Ghana, West Africa. Those two worlds meeting. I'm like a New York African, kind of country boy, kind of fufu meets mac and cheese, whatever. Um, you know, I started singing background for people like Mariah Carey, Joe, Carl Thomas, D'Angelo, Anthony Hamilton, just to name a few. And then just producing, and even how I ran into UCL was producing for a whole bunch of people, and then the rest was history. Then you got the Wyclefs, and most recently, you know, dealing with Timberland right now, DJ Sus One, you know, doing records for Tory Lanez, who you mentioned, just you know, producing and you know, just singing, putting out records, you know, just to make a couple pop. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I am.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. For those who don't know, you know, he has a very extensive background in terms of production and of course singing and everything. You know, one of the people like I remember you really helping out was Little Kim as well. And I mean that list I know so like having too many video games. You know, it's a very long list and whatnot. And I've seen it myself. You know, your talent. You know, from South by Southwest to New York, or you know, hanging out with Clef. So again, happy to have you on the call. Talk to us about what you're working on these days.
Well, I'm working on a lot right now. I'm working with Timberland currently right now, and I'm still working with Clef. You know, on the production side, and you know, it was always cool to be African, but right now it's a special time. Because the world is catching up to what I've grown up with, and you know, I got some hot records. I feel like the record that I have now, I'm very, very confident in it, and you know, it's who I am. It's called Show Me. So the record I have that I'm about to push is called Show Me. I'm speaking Pidgin English, and you know, I mixed it, mix it with a hip hop beat, some familiar tunes, because I've grown up respecting the DJ. You have to give the DJ their respect because they really make the world go round with this music thing, and I've always understood that. And so this is my way of like giving back to the DJs and being able to infuse my culture into it. So that's what I'm on right now.
All right, well, I can respect that, and I just want to jump right into it, man. We might well, you know. We'll come back. I want to ask you about Timberland, but everybody who's on, check out this joint. It's called Show Me by the one Kofi Black. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. Yeah. Shout out to Kofi Black in the building. Record's called Show Me. Yeah, we did play this a little like a couple weeks ago, and it did get some forward, aka, you know, it was popping. And yeah, let's see. Fire emojis, yup, with the waves. Yeah. Dina Howard sample dance. Got me dancing in the store. Let me see what else we got here. Bass clef for fire emojis. Freak Like Me means doing it. Adina and LL. That's fire. Yeah, doing it with a freak like me. Dope. Groovy movie. Kof, you're back on mute, but yeah, where do you get your like concepts from, man? Where is the inspiration to do a record like this where you take two classics and put them together? You know, where does the mind go to for that to happen?
Well, it goes back to respecting the DJ. You feel me? So being around people like you, Sus, and just DJs understanding and listening to music from a different ear, it's like I know how to make a record where a DJ could appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that young. You know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate enough to grow up in an era where the DJs was, you know, the main character and this, that, and the third. And so I just get it. So yes, I did put those two worlds in because I grew up around some good music, and there's still people are still sampling from that era. So I'm like, oh, nobody did this? Okay. So I know that DJs do blends all the time. Though I'm not a DJ, in my mind, I'm a DJ. So I'm like, let me put this two together and let me bring this world to it. And that's it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's obviously DJ friendly, and I still believe in, we talk about this all the time, the power of the DJ, and starting records from the culture, right? Because
Yeah.
these are records that start from clubs and they start from, DJs playing them and blending them with other records, and it's not so much social media driven initially.
Right.
But my question to you is, do you still think? Well, how much do you think social media will have to play in this for it to sort of go further?
So watch this. This is what I believe. At the heart of it, when we think about AI still has to be taught by humans. So DJs are still the soul of music. It's still the heartbeat. Yes, other things are gonna. It's like I look at like barbershops will always be around. People want their haircuts. AI cannot replace that. Yeah, they'll come up with a machine to do something, but like you still want to feel good. And AI and social media can't imitate that because like social media is like, if I'm keeping it, but it's necessary, it's a tool, but it's like monopoly money. There's people like that's fake famous out there, you know what I'm saying? But DJs know how to play with your emotions. They know how to bring the bring it up. They know how to, all right, we gotta turn the lights on, take a girl home, or they play with your emotions, you know what I'm saying? So social media and AI and all that, they have to imitate what the humans are really portraying. So I'm never going to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? This is music you got to feel. That's just the kind of person I am.
No doubt. All right, so you mentioned you're working with Timbaland, which is dope. Timbaland's obviously a legend and whatnot. What are your thoughts on his big project, which was done mostly by AI?
So watch this. I can appreciate a person that is forward thinking and not afraid to try new things. Does it sound like classic Timbaland? No. I see him trying to dig more into the African culture and all of that. So this is his interpretation. So this is him experimenting. So I'm for that. Go ahead and experiment, but I still can go back and listen to the classics that I love from Timbaland. So is this his best? What you call it? I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna let it grow, and I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. He's experimenting. It doesn't take away from his greatness at all.
I like that answer. That's fair. Well, listen, we on Kobe Black. If you have a question, feel free to raise your hand, get it in. I'm gonna play one more joint. This is a little bit of a throwback, but it's one of the records that I liked a lot. That I feel like we didn't get it all the way there, but it's a good joint. Oh, actually, Jeannie, go ahead before I play.
Yeah, bless up, Kofi. Pleased to meet you.
Bless. Likewise.
So my question is, you've already done so much, so
yes.
What else do you feel you need to do?
Well, listen, I'm in the land of the living. I'm blessed. I'm married. I got 5 children. I'm doing what I love to do. And as long as I'm showing my children, my wife, and anybody that knows me, before I go meet God, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, I did everything. I used all my talents. I'm good. So anything after this is an extra blessing. That's it.
And because I represent for the Caribbean, so do you have any future plans for any future work in our way?
Absolutely. Actually, I'm married to a Caribbean woman, a beautiful woman from Anguilla.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen. Hey. So I'm working on her project as well. I'm working with people in the that are doing, some of the artists that are doing the Caribbean Awards. I work very, very close with Clef, so I'm working with a lot of people on that end. You know what I'm saying? Because Caribbeans, Africans, we cousins. So we always bouncing back and forth. So I think I'm gonna be in Jamaica later because of that record, the Show Me record. So just being able to be a part of the culture. Yeah, I'm working with everybody.
Last question, because you brought it up. I'm sorry. So
Yes,
your
ma'am.
wife is an artist. Her name is?
Yes. Her name is Deanna.
Deanna
Mussington, formerly Mussington. She got my last name now, but yes, her name is Deanna. No, Anguilla.
Anguilla. It was an A.
Yes.
No, Deanna.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, from Bobby. I'm Bobby manager.
Oh, she's just a small world.
Small.
See?
Okay, let me go because I'm gonna hug up all the time.
Okay.
So I guess we'll see her on here soon.
Listen. Yes. She got a new record coming out too, called Access Denied, which I produced. It's super fire though. Super fire. I promise it is.
What you say, CL? She got to send that this way too.
Yeah, why not? Kofi know the deal. Send the music.
Oh, absolutely. It's going down.
Heck yeah.
We about to get in the stew and mix it, and you gonna be the first one I hit it. Come on now.
Yeah,
I
ain't worried. Trust me, we gonna be all right. Kofi's fam. All right, let's play this other song, and we're gonna come back.
What record you gonna play, CL? I don't know what record you're gonna play.
I want to play Old School Love. I love Old School Love, man.
Oh yeah, nah, that's a beautiful record. Yeah.
Let's get into that. Heck yeah, let's get into that, and then we come back.
Right about now, I'm back with the new generation. I want to introduce to y'all my man Kofi Blank. Kofi, this is what I used to do. I used to be like, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Adjust your seats, ladies. Turn the lights down. Talk
so many people get love and lust mixed up, but not us. I enjoy your time, explore your mind, your physical design is clutch. See, baby, you ignite my fire. It's an everlasting flame. You're the one that I get high on. The whole atmosphere just changes. Like a lion in the jungle, I protect you from anything. We're coming out with guns blazing. Girl, let's go out with a bang. So let's love like they did back in the day, when they worked it on the stage, and they really were about it, and they never ran away. Hey, that's that old school love. Let's do that. Let's do that. That old school love. Girl, let's do that. Let's bring that old school love. Let's do that. Let's do that. Old school love. Girl, let's do that. Yeah. Let's bring that back. If I died today, I'd find a way back to earth just to love you again. Been through some ups and downs, and yet we're still around. Cause when it's real, it never ends. Oh girl, you ignite my fire. It's an everlasting flame. You're the one that I get high off. The whole atmosphere just changes. Like a lion in the jungle, I protect you from anything. Coming down with guns blazing. Girl, let's go out with a bang. Baby, let's love like they did back in the days, yeah, when they worked it out and stayed, and they really were about it, and they never ran away, and they never ran away. Yeah, that old school love. Let's do that.
Yeah. We are back. Sort of a throwback, but not really. You know what I mean? That joint just bangs. Shout out to the chat. DJ C Styles, what's good?
Oh.
That shit was.
It's your bullshit.
I didn't do that. First of all, that shit was a groovy movie, hands down. And before everybody starts saying it was the Fuji samples, technically it was Tribe Called Quest Beneath Applebaum. It wasn't the Fuji because Fuji sampled that. So it was Tribe Called Quest Beneath Applebaum, the break towards the end. I fucks with that. The R&B singing is back. This is so fucking refreshing. This is what we've been talking about, CL. Refreshing. Fucking shame. This is great, man. I don't listen. Groovy movie. Understand what I'm saying? Groovy movie, goddammit. Woo! Good Lord. Like the singing was everything with that shit was fuego, yo. There's no problem for that to get played any fucking where. I'm in Atlanta. You need to come to New Music Monday. Fuck.
Respect, King. Say the word. I'll pull up.
Yo, listen. That
Say
shit.
the word.
Fuego. Fuego. Shit.
Anybody I'm trying to say, it'd be right here under your nose. All these joints, gotta support. Brother Swerve.
Yo, Coffee, what up?
Peace, King. How you?
Yeah, I swore we met before. I forget where we met. We met here in the city somewhere at one of the events. I can't remember where, but yeah, I do know work because we met before we spoke. I was trying to see if I had your number because I know we spoke. I don't know if it was. I know you know CL and I work with Digi as well. Yeah, we met before, but yeah, I know of your work. And I'm glad to hear this, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta make sure I have those two joints that he displayed. Get it from CL, so I could play it at my spot. I definitely play outside. I'm in the city. Actually, I'm about to go to my spot in a couple of hours, but definitely we'll link again. And glad to hear you still doing your thing and keep coming out with the good music, good quality music. That's what we need. That's what we want. It needs to be balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It ain't no room for but it's oversaturated with the BS. So we need balance. I'm trying to keep it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Let's make sure. I'm sorry. Let's make sure we connect. If I gave you my number, then you know what I'm saying. Let's make sure I get that. CL, can you just give my number or hit me in the DM or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? Just give my math and we connect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. And like, CL knows I'm, cool with a lot of DJs outside of my region. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, whatever you want, it's here.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah. So, that got a big reaction. That's what's up, man. I feel like these records could still be marketed and promoted just from the reaction today. So
who's singing on the joint? Who's singing on the song?
Kofi Black.
Yeah,
100%.
The word for today is balance.
Yeah, Kofi can sing. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Kofi is crazy because I'm still sort of downplaying the whole situation. He's just mega talented. And like just a one play away from a complete, break open situation, and it's just a matter of, and I was telling everybody, I think one of the things, right, because this is a guy that uses his talent and makes these records from his heart, and doesn't have the major label budget and all of that, but we still support him. And it's always this thing where the dope talent just needs just a little support. And then you have artists have no talent that have these off the wall, support and budget that make no sense. And I feel like this situation is literally a spin from the right place at the right time away from just exploding. Jeannie.
No, I thought I heard a woman's voice. That was Kofi.
That record, Kofi, go ahead. You can explain.
I'm talking about the background vocals, like in the background, not the main lead. Like the main lead it sounds like black, but the background vocals.
Yeah. That's what I say. There was a female on there, right?
Harmonies, with the harmonies in the background and blended in with his. It sounded like a woman in there.
Kofi, you want to speak on it? I don't know if he's there, but I just know the lead vocal. I think you might be right though. There's probably other things going on, or maybe he uses his voice in a different way. Kofi,
AI. Kofi tapping into AI.
We find out. Let me find out.
I think that was worthy of a playback. See, I think that one's worthy of a playback.
Wow, yeah, that's what's up. Let's do it. Hold on, we'll play it. Okay, he got kicked out. Do it. Let's do it. Here we go again.
Right about now, I'm back with the new generation. I want to introduce to y'all my man Kofi Blank. Kofi, this is what I used to do. I used to be like, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Adjust your seats, ladies. Turn the lights down. Talk
so many people get love and lust mixed up. Not us. I enjoy your time, explore your mind, your physical design is clutch. See, baby, you ignite my fire. It's an everlasting flame. You're the one that I get high on. The whole atmosphere just changes. Like a lion in the jungle, I protect you from anything. We're coming out with guns blazing. Girl, let's go out with a bang. So let's love like they did back in the day, when they worked it out and stayed, and they really were about it, and they never ran away. Hey, that's that old school love. Let's do that. Let's do that old school love. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring that old school love. Let's do that. Let's do that old school love. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's bring that back. If I died today, I'd find a way back to earth just to love you again. Been through some ups and downs, and yet we're still around. Cause when it's real, it never ends. Oh girl, you ignite my fire. It's an everlasting flame. You're the one that I get high off. The whole atmosphere just changes. Like a lion in a jungle, I protect you from anything. Coming down with guns blazing. Girl, let's go out with a bang, baby. Let's love like they did back in the days, yeah. When they worked it out and stayed, and they really were about it, and they never ran away, and they never ran away. Yeah, that old school love. Let's do that. Let's do that. That old school love. Yeah,
Groovy to the movie. Groovy to the movie. Groovy
Yes.
to the motherfucking movie.
Yes. Shout out to Kofi Black. Got a forward on that, rewind. Big up, Kofi, couple questions. People asked, who else is singing on there with you? Is any other vocalists that are on there? Okay, so that's a sample of you sampled the Fugees, basically, the vocals from that. You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute.
I didn't sample any vocals from anybody. All of that is me.
There you have it.
Wow.
All of that's me.
Wow. Much respect. Much respect. Much respect.
Respect, man. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to make sure we put that back to the top of the record pool because that's crazy how the reaction was on that. Word, we have to do that right away.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. See, that's your DJ here. I didn't see that one. You know that record was on Power.
Yeah, I remember it was getting some love, but
yeah, it was on Power. I was like,
it sort of hit, but now I feel like you can still push it. We can still push it. So, shout out to you for that. Listen, I know you're with the family, so we're gonna let you rock. But for those that want to follow you, please let everybody know where to follow you at. And the single is definitely out. The new single that we're just starting to push now. Show Me. So, where should everybody reach you at?
Listen, you can reach me on all my socials at Kofi Black Music. That's KOFI BLACK MUSIC. Kofi Black Music everywhere. I respond back. I bless you, son. I respond back. I answer all my DMs, and I do follow back. It's really me. So, if anybody need any drops, let me know. I'll get that to you ASAP. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to be of service to you as well. So thank you guys for taking the chance to taking time out to listen to the records, man. And thank you, CL, for having me and believing. So I really do appreciate you. My family and I, we appreciate you. Y'all.
Nah, no question, man. And be safe on the road. Happy that we was able to have you pull up and whatnot. If anybody needs anything, like I said, just let us know. We'll make sure you get connected with Kof and the crew. And that's just what it is, man. So shout out to you. All right, we're gonna play a record. We're gonna come back. It's New Year's Wednesdays. Got our next guest. She's already pulled up. Check this out in the meantime. Oh shoot. You know what it is. New hip hop. Shout out to Static Selector on that one. It's actually a crew of cats, man. Static Selector, West Side Gun, Joey Badass, Rome Streets, and Stove God Cooks holding it down for Syracuse. Song's called The Louvre from Static's new project, if you ain't heard it. Jourden, what you think about that joint?
You can hear me? I'm off mute. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, that joint is fire. Thank you. Just what's up to everybody on the call. First of all, I know I'm just jumping in, but that joint is crazy. I heard it once, but just hearing it again on the Zoom, I'm like, nah, that's definitely a record. Everybody I feel like was in their pocket of what they needed to do. So that's crazy right there.
I feel like you fit right in on there. Like I feel like
Yo, I was like, where's my verse? I'm about to hit Static like I need parts of that. That joint
okay. Word up. Why not? The remix gotta happen. It gotta happen. So but thank you for pulling up, man. Great to have you in the building. For those who don't know, this is Jourden, aka Big Money J from around the way, and she's holding it down for Brooklyn. And yeah, man, how's your day going?
Day's going good. I just been handling a few things, cooking a little bit at the crib, writing stuff like that. So the same old usual. How's your day going?
That was great. Thank you for asking, man. We cooking in a different way. We up there trying to break some new acts and play some new records and share some vibes and, put each other on. But I like the word cooking because it applies to so many different things. Are you a homebody creator or do you like to go out? What's your sort of style of getting your you out?
I feel like for me personally, I'm a homebody creator, right? Like I feel like once the record is done, we can be in the clubs, we can be in the spot wherever it's gonna play. But I don't like too many people in the studio with me. I feel like for me at least, it's distracting. Like I want people who's in there with me, who's on the mission. So if you're gonna be contributing to the record in a certain way, if you're the producer or whatever else, I feel like okay, all hands on deck. But you know, I'm real energy sensitive. So I feel like whoever's in my studio with me has to be aligned in the same way. We all got to be thinking about the same thing or have the same common goal of making that heat, making the best project. So me personally, I'm a homebody studio person or very few people in the studio with me when we cooking up.
Yeah, I think that's good. You know, that's great. Less distractions, more vibrations and stuff. Shout out
Absolutely.
to Jeff who set the record on a IG group we're in, and I just listened to it and was like, hold on, where have I been? Like we're pretty much up on shout out to everybody in here because we're pretty much sharing. This is what we do. We're trying to find the best of the best. And boom, Jourden. Who in the heck? What is going on with this record? Flow.
Okay, Flo made his way to the chat. Absolutely. I feel like that's that's one of my babies right there. What's going on with Flo? I feel like that record for me is it's a lot with that record, right? I feel like I definitely wanted my pen game to be unquestionable when it came to that record, right? So from the different entendres and things I got going on to just how I'm approaching it on some classic New York hip hop timing, which is what I grew up with, right? Like I grew up in Brooklyn, Fort Greene in the house. Shout out to Fort Greene if anybody's in the chat or the check-in. But yeah, like that's the sound I feel like that made me fall in love with hip hop amongst so many other sounds, but like truly lyricism is what I try to hang my hat on, whether it's in the form of a song, or if we're actually barring up and rapping. So I feel like Flow being kind of one of my first entry records into the game, I wanted it to be unmistakable, the fact that I was here to really come and spar for real, like have my pen at the front of this, like whatever you discover about me, you gonna know first that this pen works and I'm here to go against whoever. Like I got lines in there like a man or a woman, like whoever we gotta cut up with, I'm ready to dice up and I'm ready to show you that this is a little bit of my flow. So I'm glad it made its way to that chat for sure.
I was gonna say spoken like a true Brooklynite. Me against the world. I'm barred up, ready to go. It's all good. We ain't nobody stopping me. That's dope. I want to play this song, but I want to come back and ask about your origin story, and even how you even got to Flow and other records where it all started. But before we do that, let's get into Flow. We're gonna rock with this, and then we're gonna come back. We got Jourden in the building, and check this out. Bars, quality only. Shout to the
shout out everybody in the chat too. I just peeped the chat. The chat was saying some of that stuff. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that.
Is this your first time doing one of these Zooms?
I think so. I'm not gonna lie. I think so. Y'all got my first on this joint, so it's a good room to be in for real. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder how good it must feel to like not have to make music to conform to other people's wants and needs. You sound so free. You sound like this is you.
Definitely.
Is everything your production? Like, do you work with the producers you want to work with? Like, how do these records come together for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a bit of a collaboration, right? So I also am a producer myself. So I think that being a producer myself gives me a little bit more agency when I step in these different rooms because I can kind of know what I want to hear, right? Or be like, let's not do that. Or I like these drums, but let's make the keys a little bit more minor. You know what I'm saying? It gives you, when you speak the language, I feel like you can communicate better a little bit. So that has been a little bit of my process. But yeah, it's been different sessions of, like you mentioned, Jeff, the team being like, hey, we think you should get in with this person. This would be a dope matchup. Or I hit them like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get in with so and so, or whatever the case may be. But also, I feel like in, you know, just my genesis and my process, I've been having a lot of dope producers and, you know, legends reach out as well and be like, hey, yo, you on the right track, you doing what you got to do, and just wanting to build in that way. So I think things have been really organic, which I'm blessed for. And like you said, just speaking to that pressure, I think that I'm an artist who it's hard for me not to be authentic, right? So like I don't think I would do well kind of, you know, I like to pride myself and hang my hat on making a lot of different types of records or having the ability to, right? I think in my first EP that I dropped, or really my debut EP that I dropped, which this record is on as well, I tried to hang my hat on not only just bars, but like songmanship, right? So like just the whole essence of lyricism. I think that when we think of lyricism, sometimes people only think about rapping, but you know, some of my favorite writers, period, is like, you know, the Amy Winehouses of the world. They're just people who really hang their hat on having a dope pen. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely pressure in the industry to make a certain type of record, but I think when you're trying to be timeless in that way and you're trying to really honor the craft, that it takes a little longer maybe to break through, but you'll eventually find your longevity in the people who want to you know, rock with you for the long haul instead of just a quick flash, a lightning here and there. So yeah, that's a little bit of my process.
That's absolutely dope. And shout out to, you know, Jeff and his history and what he's done. Shout out to RCA as well, because it takes a good team to see that and allow you to you know, be able to pass you the ball, you know, aka the production or the right thing at the right time, but then also let you sort of play, you know, let you mold your game into Jordan esque type vibe. So all right. DJ C Styles, and then we're gonna go to Will Gamble, pass y'all the rock, speak your piece.
My God.
Peace. What's up?
Yo, listen, I ain't even gonna lie. I was balling out of control over here because I was like, yo, she was like, me and CL was doing the same shit. Like, first of all, you was giving me Bahamadia vibes all the way down.
Yeah.
It was a combination of Bahamadia with a mixture of Paula Perry, with a mixture of Moni Love, with a mixture of Latifah. It was very. You was spitting bars, and I don't think none of these fucking females out here is fucking with you right now. Listen, groovy motherfucking movie.
Oh yeah, you was the one that wrote that in the chat. Hard groovy movie.
You get the groovy movie stamp of approval. I don't give that to everybody. You got to be doing some shit in order to get the groovy movie stamp.
Yes.
And my God, don't change out of this lane, yo. You change out of this lane, you're gonna be somebody you ain't. Stay in this lane and ride this lane the fuck out. Because at the end of the day, real hip hop and bars is coming back. So I suggest you stay in this lane. Don't do what everybody else is doing, because that shit is about to be out of here, and we coming back around to the forefront of good music and good hip hop. And girl, you was spitting on that fucking track there.
Thank you so much.
If I was over here making a Craig Mack face, I know everybody else is making some type of ugly face. I know somebody was. I
hope so, right? I hope so.
I lit my blunt 3 times. Like, what? Wait a minute. What did you just say? Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
No doubt. Shout out to C Styles too. C Styles also heads up the Coalition DJs out of Atlanta, and is a major player in the city of ATL, but originally from Queens. You know, shout out Southside, and that's what it is. Will, I don't know if you want to say something real quick. Will Gamble, I know you had your hand up, but
I was gonna say, thank you, CL, with Brooklyn, shame on you. First of all, but no, hey, you was dope. Hey, I didn't know what to expect. You got a new fan in me. You engulfed the essence of Brooklyn, New York hip hop. And usually women that got lyrics like that, they more rougher looking. You're very pretty. Good job. That's all I'm saying. Let go.
Thank you. I'm about to say you gotta come on the screen. You can't hide behind that. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, that'd be that's a part of my little secret sauce too, huh? They think I'm gonna come on here singing. I'm like, nah, I'm coming to bar up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good job. Salute to you.
Yes,
And follow back for me. Thank you. All right.
Yes, let me make sure. I'm gonna do a little screenshot for sure.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, I just want to go back to the origin story because I love comics and we talk about all that stuff. And obviously we're hearing you're still evolving, but sometimes people just come in and they got the light and they just, where did it all start for you? How did you find your way to hip hop, to music? Where did you fall in love with it? And I guess how did it grow to where you're at now?
Yeah, great questions. I feel like growing up, so maybe about like middle school or so, even like elementary, I was really big into like story writing. So creative writing, like we would like English and those types of things are my favorite classes, right? So I would notice that I had a way with words from early on and people would tell me that, right? And then as I would grow in terms of just different things in schooling, I kind of like seen that also like when I spoke a little bit, people would listen or like, it would be like, nah, like Jourden got something to say, like let her get it off. So I'm like, okay, like, you're growing, you're starting to learn different things about yourself. And I feel like when I leave in middle school, like kind of go into high school, I was on some timing of like, I feel like I want to rap, but like, I don't know yet. Like, let me just do other styles of creative writing. So I started experimenting with poetry and stuff like that, which is still my roots very much so. But I think at a certain point for me, it was like, nah, I really want to bar up. Like, I want to be able to rap and stuff like that. I have, other family who's been in the music industry and stuff like that. So behind the scenes, I kind of was privy to a lot of the inner workings of the industry. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of that was unattractive to me. Like, I didn't really know if I wanted to be the one that was in front of the screen, right? Or doing that and having to deal with everything that goes on within this industry. But I feel like when you have a calling, sometimes it's impossible to run from it. You know what I'm saying? You could try to make every other turn, but you're going to fall right where you need to be. I'm God-fearing, so I feel like that was something that was just instilled in me to use my voice in that way. And then really when I decided that I wanted to be a rapper, I feel like a few of the affirming experiences for me was like, I didn't want to just be a rapper to be like, okay, I want to be the best female rapper. And even though there's nothing wrong with that, but if I'm a rap, I want to be considered with the best of the best, whether it's Big, whether it's Jay, whether it's Nas. Like, I didn't just come in to be a dope female rapper. Like, when people talk about Lauren, they talk about her amongst the best rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain echelon that we're talking about when it comes to this thing of ours, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just was really honing in on my skill set and I was testing it out, right? Like, I was in ciphers with the boys, like they're like, oh, what you about to come in here and do, whatever the case is, and I'm leaving the cipher barring everybody up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, I'm coming timid with it and I'm acting shy, but I really got something. Like, lean into it and hone into it and make it your own. So that was a few of my early experiences. Also just went to school, right? So I went to college, I went to school in New Orleans, and I feel like I studied music. So just knowing, like I said, those different intricacies, so people couldn't tell me, oh, you don't know how to work a board. You know what I'm saying? If my engineer cancels on me this session, I'm gonna still be able to get it done because I know how to work a board. I know how to run my mic lines. I know how to do those different things. Or, just down to creating a track for itself, or looking at I'm not a lawyer, but looking at a contract and knowing little different things and nuances, like, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense, I need somebody to explain this to me better, what this means. Just knowing the ins and outs of your business and really learning what it means to follow this path and to do this as a professional. So I feel like it was a lot of training for me. I didn't just wake up and was like, all right, I'm gonna just do this. A part of me did wake up one day and was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but the steps along the way to really feel confident in my craft and my business and everything else, I think was the learning experience that I got along the way. So yeah, that's a little bit of my origins to this. Found some dope people along my way. Jeff Robinson, like you said, in the team. So came across their path, and just I think what made me comfortable dealing with them is, well, one, the company's my brother's keeper, but it really is that, in essentially, like, it's a very family-oriented vibe. Everybody looks out for each other and takes care of each other, where it's not just like you're in this record label type situation. We just trying to use you for this, or vice versa. I'm just trying to get as much as I can from them. It's really about building a family atmosphere, and they really want to see me win. You know what I'm saying? And they put me in the best positions to do that. So yeah, it's been a movie since then. We just trying to, expand the movement, get more people on it. And that's been the consensus. Like, yo, where you been at? I'm like, look, I'll just enter it. I'm telling Fred, let him know what we got going on over here. So yeah, that's a little bit of that.
Yeah, I'm upset. I thought the origin story was like, you got bit by the radioactive rat bug, sweat, woke up the next day, and you killing them. Nah, I'm just joking.
That's a dope. That's my other origin story. It's a little something like that.
Okay, let's play a record. I know Cass got their hands up. We're gonna come back, but let's play another song. I was listening to the EP last night into this morning, and I bumped into track 5, Trying to Play Me. Tell us a little bit about that.
That record. So definitely, I heard some people say Queen Latifah influences and stuff like that first. Shout out to Queen, because she definitely had to, salute and give us the clear so we could move with that record. But I feel like that was indicative of a time and a space that I was in, where I was kind of just like settling for less, with just kind of a little bit of this rap energy that we bring to it too, where you kind of have to assert yourself as a young woman, as a lady in this game, and just throughout your different experiences in life. So I felt like I was just really mad that day. Like, niggas was trying to play me. We can curse on here, right? It's safe to do.
Yeah.
Okay, word. I was just like, yo, like, that's kind of crazy to me. And I feel like that energy is also very hip hop in a way, right? Like, it's always like, oh, niggas are trying to play me, counting me out, this, that, and the third. Like, that's very much the essence of this whole thing too. So was able to work on that record with Osmosis Architects and stuff like that, who was a dope group, and came up with something really dope that would be not only the spirit of that trying to play me aspect, which is very hip hop, but also the classic sound from the Queen Latifah song, in that way of the meshing of the both worlds coming together in that one track. So yeah, that's a little bit of trying to play me, that origin story. So I was just getting my ish off. It was birthed out of a specific experience, but I felt like the energy I took from it was about a few different experiences and just how I was feeling at that time. Like, y'all really try to play me. Like, I'm not me. Like, I had to it's like a reminder to yourself, like, yo, like, don't forget who you are at the end of the day. A lot of things in life you could kind of get off track when you just have a different type of mental. You think about a lot of different things, and you're not naturally. Like, I think we all have to be selfish in this thing, but when you're a caring person, you think about this, that, and the third, it could be easy to lose yourself sometimes. So trying to play me is kind of a remembering that a little bit.
Big facts. I'm not going to say nothing else. We're going to let it play. Check it out. The chat is open. Tell me what y'all think. Yeah. Another one.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, bro. Yo, listen, the album, 7 joints, fire. Fire. Went under everybody's nose. So it's okay if y'all didn't get put on, because I didn't get put on either. So it's under your nose, but it's on top now. Take the time to download it and support it. Shout out to
Straight No Chase. That's the project out right now. Straight No Chase. We getting straight to it,
It is. Straight to it. Papa San's son. Damn. Don't you know about Papa San?
Come on, I'm from the Caribbean. My people's from Barbados and Trinidad. So that's
I said, hold on, Papa San's son. Oh,
yeah. Shout out, bro, too, as well.
That was fire. I heard a lot of bars in there. A lot of bars.
I mean, shout out to the DJs too. You try to spin me like a record, but the tables turn now. Like, now we on the radio. Like, what we doing? That's a big up to all my DJs in the set too.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Gotta give it up to well, let's go ahead, old school. You go first, and then Jeannie.
What's good?
Hi.
Old school DJ here in San Antonio. I like your style. You really got some good flow there. I'm really impressed by your eloquence and your you just have that flair, for a young person to be that, well versed about the world is impressive. And I just encourage you to keep on moving the way you're moving. You're moving in the right direction. I like the kind of music that you're putting out. Like Homeboy was saying, just stay in that lane. You don't move out. Try to do things different. You're naturally beautiful young lady. And so what you can do with that is don't try to get all these things like, get to stardom and you get your nose done and all that kind of stuff. You're perfect just the way you are, and I was just, I was going to ask a question, but I think you answered it, with the inspiration from Latifah. But, did you have inspiration from other female rappers like Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj and all those? I mean, Nicki's from Trinidad like you, so do you have that kind of inspiration? And, I mean, I'm not saying you should try to follow them, you follow your own path, but, did you have any kind of encouragement or
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for all the love as well. I just appreciate everybody. I'm like, oh, I gotta jump on these more often. This is good vibes on here. But
and this is from an older generation giving you this feedback, so
yes.
I mean, your quality, keep that quality in there. That's what I like.
Thank you. Yes, appreciate you. But no, to answer your question, yes, I think that a lot of those MCs were some of my influence, from Queen Latifah to the Bahamadia, to the Kims, to the, even if it's not necessarily stylistic wise, like I still think that they're crazy dope. Like Nicki, as a young woman, that was my person that I could see in the industry while I was growing up as a young girl. Kim and them is a little bit before my time, so I had to go back and do the history on it. But just growing up, seeing Nicki on those come up tapes, or how she was, rapping over Biggie, or just all this other stuff, but it was the energy, right? It was like she was so raw and just so authentic to herself that I think it gave me the inspiration to want to be authentic to myself. Even one of my, big homies right now is Ladybug Mac, Diggable Planets. I think that she is somebody who was just so effortlessly cool. Just her whole vibe is like, oh, she's just so icy. So even being able to watch from her and how she approached the game, and just even raps or just from a worldview too, she's super into speaking up for her people and just the things that she think is right as well. I think, I've been able to learn and pull from so many different facets to create who I am today, which is, I think the gift about growing up in this era. I think we have a lot that people say about our era sometimes, because we got some figuring out to do as well, but we have so many different guys that we've been able to look from to inspire us, or definitely me in my case. So yeah, lots of people I looked up to growing up.
Just keep up the great work, and proud of you. You representing hip hop, and your intelligence. That's what shines through, is that that educational background and that intelligence. You need to use that, instead of trying to be ignorant, like a lot of these rappers be out here, talking about, their vocabulary is very limited, and all they can talk about is, their body parts, but I'm like, that's another story. But thank you for being who you are, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for the love and the comments. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right. Miss Jenny Sweetness. You on mute.
Got her.
Oh,
and because I'm smart.
All of that energy. Go ahead. Say it again.
Because I was so excited, CL, I forgot how to push the
No, I seen you in the bottom comments group, and I'm like, I hope she come up here and say something. She was jamming.
have to. Jenny Sweetness representing for the Caribbean, and you've already answered so many questions. And then you said it before I could, because I did get that Diggable Planets off of you, and so I wrote down that you're giving me my jazz, hip hop, not rap, because there is a difference, and R&B fix, but then also the rap fix too. And then when you said that you ate some of them up in them ciphers, because one of my questions was, well, do she battle rap? Because the way you were coming, I gotta tell you all of this, and then I got like a little more in the heel, just like a little sprinkle over there. But then CJ Style said, Bahama did. He went all the way back with that one. I was like, okay, yeah, I can get that. And then like CO said, the Papa San, I was like, wait a minute. How she know about that? But then you said, now how you get over there to where you are when you grew up in a soca family?
Yeah.
And then you said, rah, rah, no digger. I just had to give you all of that. And I want
Oh,
to
you
tell
was
you
peeping the science. I love you. You an active listener. Yeah, sis. Okay.
so, and yeah, because you drew me in. And then the fact that you said you researched, you're like, well, they were before my time, so I had to go back and look at it. And lastly, I want to say that you're making music that lasts. It's not like pandemic music, I'm throwing subs, or anything like that. It's something that we could listen to. I could let my grandma hear it, but listen, girl, your pen. You are.
Thank you.
Oh
No,
my,
it means so much. And especially with the active listening like you did, it makes me feel like, oh, people really are paying attention and it's not
yes.
going over their heads, you know?
No, oh no, we definitely caught on to it and so smooth with it too. And it's like, wait a minute, I think she just killed me. I'm not sure, but I think I'm not sure. But anyway, I
Murder
just
She Wrote, right? Yes.
positive energy because we needed you. So thank you for being here. And I see who some of my colleagues are following you, so I already know you have some collaborations and other things coming in from your culture.
Yes.
But anyway, just giving you positive, girl, keep killing them. That's
thank
all
you
I
for the positive energy. We need more of that out here
Yeah.
to give it to each other. So thank you so much for just being on board. And I
Yeah.
hope we can stay tapped in, all of us. I'm gonna make sure I do my Googles after to follow everybody and stuff like that so we can be tapped in. But thank you so much for that.
Keep going, sure, bless.
Yes, bless.
So man, listen, Jordan came in here like a MVP. Everybody's this is great. This is great.
Blesses.
That's what's up. All right. Queen B.
Hey.
Hi, the
Hi, I'm Queen B out of Hartford, Connecticut. And I'm definitely feeling.
Oh, she might have got in the Matrix.
Okay. Hi, I'm Queen B out of Hartford, Connecticut. And I'm just definitely DJ Queen B. And I'm definitely feeling your flow, feeling your vibe. I would love to interview you for another show as well. But what was the moment that determined that this was it for your EP, that it was completely finished?
That's a really dope question. Nice to meet you as well. And yes, let's definitely chat about that interview. I would love to do that. For my EP, what was the moment that I felt like it was done? I think that's a tricky one because as we're making this music, I think that sometimes you get stuck in even feel, or at least me, right? Like I'm an artist. Sometimes when I make something, it's for that moment. So sometimes it'd be hard for me to bring it to where I am now because I'm like, that's where I was. Maybe they're gonna think I'm still there or whatever the case is. But I think when you have a good team around you, which my team is amazing, they were kind of just like, no, this is still resonates, or this hits for somebody who's going through this that never even heard this song before. So I think when we collectively were able to be like, all right, well, what is the goals that you have for this project? And for me, the goal was to show a little bit more of my diversity, right? So I think that I had one project that dropped before this and it was majority heavily rapping, kind of on that flow timing of, a lot of boom bap, a lot of just really giving you bars and kind of what I was feeling. But I didn't want it to get lost in the process that I could be, and I am a songwriter, you know what I'm saying? That I like to make melodies and I like to just craft good music from Genesis, whether it's rap or it's singing or whatever it's gotta be, poetry, like I said. So I feel like when I feel like I had a few different versions of what I could give or offer on my project, I feel like I think it was completed for me. I was able to, give a little bit of a alt rock vibe. Then we had the R&B joint, and then we have, classic Fort Greene with the D-Boy. I feel like is a jam. And just these different sides of myself that I think were starting to build my overall world or picture that I wanted to communicate with people is when I was like, all right, I think we can say that this project is done. So yeah, that was a really interesting question. Thank you for that. That was a good one. Yeah.
Thank you. Look forward to checking out the entire EP. Gave me an overview of it, and I appreciate that.
Awesome. No, great connecting with you. Yes, we can talk offline as well about that. Right. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we moving and grooving. Swerve, Big Red, and then we're gonna play one last record. So Go ahead, brother Swerve.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, peace. Nice to see you.
How you doing? Yeah, I heard. I did listen to your project. Yeah, like CL said, I work with Digi as well. So, yeah, you flew under the radar. I am from New York as well, from the Bronx. I'm also a producer. Yeah, I guess now is you got to be outside. You know, saying we do a lot of events around in the city, and like I said, there's a lot of different artists we come across, and you know, we can't catch them all. But the ones that we do catch is the ones that work hard. I definitely did my due diligence on you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely sound dope from a producer, having a producer's ear. You definitely got some quality music there. Definitely got quality. Would love to work with you one day. You know, I'm glad to hear that you do also know the dynamics of a studio, know how to work and what you're listening for, and also know how to produce. What's one of the tools that you use to create in the production world?
Yeah, so I started out, I think like naturally when you first get your first iMac or whatever the case is, started out on GarageBand, like when I was in school and stuff like that, just learning how to kind of work around just figure out how to make a beat, how you put tracks on and how you layer it up. So I moved from GarageBand to Logic when I first, wanted a real setup. And I was on rocking with Logic for a little minute. I still actually track in there for my vocals. I just like to track there instead of Pro Tools. No disrespect to Pro Tools. I know that's the standard for the industry, but I personally just like tracking my vocals in Logic. But now for production, I've actually switched to Ableton because I feel like the workflow is just so much quicker in Ableton. For me, at least, I think I'm able to just come up with ideas quicker and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'm on right now, cooking up beats and stuff like that. Ableton and like a program I use, you guys may know about this as DJs, but for sampling I use like Serato Sample a lot to isolate stems and just do whatever, get funky with it on there. So that's a few of my programs that I'm into.
Yeah, I'm a nerd, so I know everything you talked about. I mess with pretty much everything except Ableton. Ableton.
Oh, okay.
I felt it's kind of hard in a sense as far as the GUI of it all. It just looks, and then I'm just like, I was learned on Pro Tools first, went to school for as well. Stumbled across like you with Logic, but messing with. No, I ain't messing with GarageBand. I went straight from Logic, but found out that Logic and Pro Tools like brother and sister. And as far as I don't know if you know, as far as Logic and Pro Tools is definitely brother and sisters because you can actually take everything, your whole setup and everything from Logic and flow it directly into Pro Tools, and it'll line up the same. And everything will be there. The way how you have it tracked out and everything, it'll be the same setup. Sometimes
you're teaching me some Swerve today with that. Good to know. Yeah.
Because where I also work with kids, so the studio that they had on campus where I worked at, they have both, but I taught the kids in Logic mostly than Pro Tools. But some of the stuff I did my own work there at work, and I would take that, found out through YouTube that you can basically set everything up in Logic like Pro Tools, and you're able to flow everything, the file. You have to, bounce it and everything, and it be in a folder. But once you can just drag and drop it right in Pro Tools, all your stems features, the vocals and the beat, everything tracked out, and it'll line up the same in Pro Tools.
Oh, that's super sick to know.
Yeah, that's something, because I know most studios, they still do everything in Pro Tools, so you can take and I'm sure the same way with Ableton as well. Everything, a lot of people don't know this, but you got to do your homework. But most of the time, all that stuff, they all work the same. They are like brothers and sisters, and you can just take stuff out and throw it in the other joint, and it'll line up and everything like that. So yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you know, I feel like it's what works for you. A lot of people have
yeah,
told me that too, even just with different producers. Like that's the first thing I ask them when I get in their session. I'm like, well, what you on or what you use? And I've heard stuff from, I see somebody says Studio One in the comments, from Cubase to so
yeah,
many other different things that it's just like it's like what it works for, whatever works for you. But that's definitely good intel to have. So thank you for that.
yeah. And a lot of stuff have, breathing room. Like I know with Pro Tools, you get more headroom.
Yeah.
So you can push it a little bit more. So that's why, and you just got to know certain little things. I don't know everything in these things, but I'm like, again, I'm a nerd. So sometimes I'll just be on YouTube surfing or just be around other people, just knowing stuff. I have like 6 NPCs, you know what I'm saying? And all that. So I'm more hardware based as far as creating, but then I'll go into Pro Tools. Go into any DAW or software to do some fine tuning or whatever advancements. But yeah, hopefully get to see you outside. We got something coming up real soon. CL could probably definitely tell you about it. We will have something in the city, and we do a lot of things with DJs meeting artists and so forth and so on. So, it's nice outside now, so we can get outside. You know what I'm saying? Come out that.
Yes, please. I'm about coming out. Y'all don't be inviting me. So if y'all invite me, I definitely will pull up. Trust me.
It's probably one of the funniest things because this is crazy. I'm like, wait, what? We got somebody in New York. This is just a lot of crazy stuff.
You guys gotta help me raise my profile. Like that's what we gotta lean on each other in this community. They talk about, the rock people do it, the pop people do it, hip hop gotta lean on each other to let the cream rise to the top. So definitely I appreciate it.
Listen, direct to consumer. I know you heard it before. That's not a new thing, but it's one of the things that a lot of people are doing now. So versus, put it like this, the people that sit behind their computers, that's not outside, versus the people that sit behind the computers and go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's just the best of both with that.
Yeah. Peace.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I'm following you all already though.
I about to say, hit me with the info, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Word up. All right. Big Ray.
Hey, how you doing? DJ Big Red out of Dallas, Texas.
Okay, I mess with Texas now. Come on.
All right. I just wanted to say I came in on the song that was rocking before I just came in, and it's a real nice song. I really liked it.
Thank you.
And I like the Queen Latifah vibes that you said you went and grabbed some nostalgia and threw it on the track, and verbally you did your thing. Like lyrically, you really did your thing, And I want to say that when it comes to new artists that's coming out now, a lot of people are scared and figure that they have to follow a certain trend instead of being a true artist. Like, hey, this person did this, they made money off of it. This person did it. One thing that I can actually say, once you get money involved in making your moves, you're probably never going to be where you want to be. But once you follow your heart and your passion and your dream, you never know how far you're going to be. You know what I mean? So I like that you're an original artist and you're doing your thing. And now my question to you is, when it comes to the industry, if there's any dream team producing an artist that you can work with, who would you work with?
That's a good one. Questions like this be stumping me because I feel like there's so many. But okay, producer. I mean, to the top of I'll just do what came to the top of my head first. I feel like I want to get on like an Alchemist beat. I think that would be dope. Yeah, big guy. I think that I don't know, something about how he just approaches this style is just super different. I think another one of those would be like a Mad Lib. I think that he's real funky with how he chooses to approach beats and stuff like that. Like I like things that are like kind of off kilt a little bit too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it has a little weirdness to it. That's kind of a bag that I'd be on as well. So that's two of them in terms of producers, artists. Right now, I really like Doechii. I think she has a lot going on right now. That's super fire. I think just, leaning on the ladies, I think that would be dope. rap wise, also, I think JID does a lot of cool stuff with his entendres and just vocal inflections and stuff like that. So I think that would be a cool one. Yeah, there's a lot of people out that's dope. I think even some of the homies like from New York, like Nico Brim, Kai Cash, like they're having movements and stuff that's going on. So I'm gonna try to, network laterally a little bit too
Right.
before we even go upwards with some of that stuff too. So yeah.
Wait, no, Primo?
Primo, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but that's low key already in the works. So, yeah, that's already in the works. So, but definitely, he's on there. But we try to make that happen soon. So, yes, you're already on it.
That's what's up. And like I said, I like to appreciate you for being on the couch and taking my questions, and much success to you in your career. And I know it's gonna go somewhere.
Thank you, Big Red. Appreciate you. And like I said, I thank y'all for having me and just being so gracious on here. Thank you.
I wanted to just say something based on what you said before about keeping it real, as far as the fact that you're so in tune with yourself is amazing, because a lot of times people, I wouldn't expect you to say Alchemist, Mad Lib, like that's fire. And I think it's dope because you are going to get more and more discovered. And what I think is going to be awesome is the way it happens. I want to take a second to shout out to Shayla Marie on here, DJ Malone. Definitely want to shout out to Quantum Leap Radio and everybody else who have the platform, because it's also something to be said about the type of listener or the type of radio station. Shout out to Stretch and Bobito. We were lucky to have WKCR, which was a college state radio station that had a specific listenership. These were the type of people like myself that was like, if I'm telling you it's hot, I'm telling you that it's hot. It ain't none of this mainstream sort of like, and I'm not saying that's not good neither. I'm just saying that there's more the more authentic type of audiophile that I think that you appeal to, and I hope you stay on that path, because I think it's almost better that you weren't discovered in a different way, because it may have the appreciation may not have grown to where I could see it's going to grow to. So I just want to say that because it's pretty dope, and you're answering all the questions excellently.
Thank you.
And like I said, shout out to Quantum. Quantum said, he's like, yo, is there a clean? Like, people want to play.
Let me jump in.
Yeah, like and somebody said Static in the comments too. I'm now checking it out. Static, yes, big love. I was on his radio show. We cooked up some stuff as well on Shade 45, his show, and a lot of people have been showing love even at this Genesis stage that we are in. So I'm super grateful for that as well. And also just a little tidbit that I wanted to throw in, if I could do a little plug, if you don't mind, boss. I have a show coming up on Friday in Brooklyn. It's gonna be at Cafe Erzuli in Brooklyn. I don't know if anybody knows about that spot, but yeah, it's gonna be my first headlining show in the city that I put on. So we've been working hard for it and just trying to make sure everything's good with that. So if you're around, I know a lot of other DJs on here are from different parts of town and stuff like that, but if anybody's in New York, come through, show love, and just have a good vibe with us. We're definitely gonna be playing stuff off the EP and just some other joints that haven't been released yet. A good mix of stuff. So just wanted to throw that in there too. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat for the show, and then I'm gonna also put my Instagram in the chat so I can connect with everybody after this call and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do 2 of those right now.
Well, before go ahead, Quantum.
Because it's crazy around on my side. I just want to say, from what I heard, and I only heard just a little piece, and I hate that I've only heard a little piece. But yes, do you have radio DJ packs for this?
Yes, so I'm actually gonna hit the team. We have like certain records on there, but I'm gonna get the whole DJ pack for the EP and just like also some of the singles that we've put out. I think somebody should be getting that together right now, so we can just like figure out how to get to CL or anybody else in the chat and just flood that out for everybody that's looking for that. So
yeah, I'm sorry. Let me jump in real quick. I sent everybody the
Well, not everybody. CL. I sent them the EP Clean and Dirty, but there's no instrumentals on there.
Gotcha. PR, what's up?
We get on camera now because now I'm good. I'm finally done with all
Yo,
these
Rob, what
interviews.
up, man?
What's
Puerto
up, man?
Rico. Oh,
Yo, what I do?
what up, boy?
Yo,
I'm
Rob.
good, man. I'm good. I'll tell you, Thank Puerto you, Rico Rob everyone, man, has for taking the time, obviously, to bless us with your presence.
Turn your
And
camera.
of course,
Turn
CL,
your
thank you.
camera. Turn your camera.
Question. Puerto Rico Rob has the most legendary promoter's name ever. It's literally
Oh man.
R.
All
right.
AKA
Let's stick to
Puerto
Jordan.
Rico
Let's stick to Jordan. Rob. You know what I mean?
Nah,
He
fuck
got
that.
the most legendary.
The legend, right?
Rob is a fucking legend, y'all.
Yo, CL, can I brag for one moment?
One moment, Swerve. You be going long-winded.
No. I just want to say, Puerto Rican Rob, I was the first DJ he ever met and known. I shut my mic. He know who this. He know who's speaking.
Yeah, Swerve. 100%. So, I do want to go ahead and play, this last record from this marvelous body of work, Straight No Chase.
She smelled like Moni Love.
The record's called D-Boy. It features Foggy Raw and I think it's, how do I pronounce it? Devion or Devon?
Davion, yeah, Foggy Raw and Davion.
Davion. So, all right, talk to us a little bit about this. Who's Foggy Raw, who's Davion, and the vibe behind the record.
Yeah, so honestly, with this record, shouts to this producer Latrell James. He actually sent me this beat, and it just felt so nostalgic. Like when I heard it, it felt like Loving Basketball. It felt like, what's the one with Nia Long and Lorenz Tate? I'm blanking right now. What's their movie? The classic movie.
Love Jones.
Love Jones. I don't know why that just missed me right there. It gave me Love Jones. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just the type of energy. But it also gave me that Brooklyn feel, block parties growing up, and just that whole type of New York summer feel. So when I heard it, I automatically wanted to just pay homage to the towns with that and that type of record, but also just have it be a fly record. So it like what I seen growing up. It's called D-Boy. It's kind of just about the fact of, kind of taking that traditional spin on a D-Boy, and instead of just being like, oh, you slinging drugs, this is like my Brooklyn love story. I want you to be in love with me, like you in love with the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, I want to see you fiend, boy. That's some of the lines in it, kind of just talking about that type of, cool swag Brooklyn love affair, just kind of the type of time and energy we be on. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say too much about it. This is a vibe. I think this is definitely one for the summertime and just when it starts warming up and feeling good. So, yeah, we can run that.
All right.
Again. Groovy fucking movie again.
Yo, we got two groovy movies in the same Zoom. That's tough. That's
Damn.
I need that. I need that, man.
Yo, listen.
Man, I need that.
Please plug me. Listen, it's easy. Puerto Rico and Norjan, get the DJ pack, cue it up. This is the record for the summer. Y'all got one.
Puerto Rico, what are we doing, man? Minute, man. Right there.
Now we'll make sure we get it out to you. But for now, CL, just send them the EP because it has the clean and the dirty. Yeah. All right, I'll get that up on Digiwaxx. Everybody can have that. I actually sent it to a couple people. If you need it, put your email in the chat. I'll just shoot it real quick. And for those who go on the website, it'll be up there sometime today. Yeah, Quantum, you missed out on this one. I can't even front, bro. I don't know.
Dang,
but we will be editing this. We'll be putting parts of this back out. The clips and everything. We're gonna get some numbers. Don't worry about it. That's gonna happen. But no, man, really dope. Want to just thank you for pulling up and taking time. Before you leave, I do have one last question, actually two questions. But
yeah. Thank you guys for having me. Like I said, this has been such a vibe. Everybody just so embracing me, embracing the movement that we got going on. And I think it's important to hear from, your peers in this way and being like, keep going, keep pushing on your mission and just everything that you got going on. So definitely appreciate all the love in the chat. I'm watching everybody comment and stuff like that. It feels really good. So thank you all, everybody that's on here. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So in this wild world of music and entertainment. Obviously, you got all types of things going on from recording, probably rehearsals and shows and writing and family and all the other things that come along with being an artist. How do you find your safe space? How do you reset? How do you sort of balance all of this? Do you do something? How do you sort of center it so that you can still be great?
Yeah, I think for me, it is a lot of kind of that taking time away. So, taking myself out the mix sometimes, just giving myself some time to just be in my studio shed that I have, whether that's just processing, where it's just listening to stuff that's not rap, whether it's, I be on a lot of different ways. I be on I listen to my Arabic pop or whatever it just is feeding me at that moment, giving me a mental rest from some of this stuff, whether it be a little social media break and stuff like that. Sometimes I try to practice my breathing and mindfulness and meditation, stuff like that. Picking up a workout practice recently in terms of just trying to make sure my body's moving so that, I'm getting the proper blood flow to my brain. You know what I'm saying? Just those types of little things. But that, being prayed up, practicing gratitude, all those different types of things, spending time with family and friends. I think those are kind of like my resets. So a mixture of isolation and strategic placement with the people that I think feed me and give me some of that energy back and stuff like that as well. So yeah, and also like these types of interactions, right? Like building with like-minded people, building with the community. Like it definitely takes a village. It takes all of us to kind of make these things work. So I feel like stuff like this charges me up too as well, because it's like, wow, you got people that see you for who you are and what you're trying to do, and it definitely puts a battery in my back. So that's a part of some of the stuff that I do to kind of give back to center.
Awesome. Are you into sports?
Yeah, I am. I'm a really big basketball fan. Like that's like my biggest sport. But I do all different types of sports, NFL, basketball, all that type of stuff. But I'm an NBA girly, so yeah.
What's your thoughts now? Knicks or who's your team?
Oh, the Knicks. I see you got shout out to New York.
Listen, we have to put you under pressure. The Knicks Nation is here.
Oh
We
my
are not
God.
playing. We done found out that Jordan's a Knicks fan. Maybe not. But the bottom line is
Well, I gotta keep it real, right? I'm a New York sports fan, so I root for the Knicks. When Brooklyn Nets first came out, being from Brooklyn, I was heavy on the Nets. We had our star power out there at that one point, but it got a little shaky once we lost our big three. But I'm a New York sports fan first, and then this might not be a popular opinion, but I'm a LeBron fan too. So I am rooting for the Lake Show right now in the West, but the East, I'm hoping the Knicks could do something. Y'all could maybe make it to the second round. I don't know. It's looking like the old school days with Detroit. It's getting a little physical, so we'll have to see what happens with that.
we find out you a sports commentator also. This is there's too much going on, man. We gotta pick a lane.
Right. If it ever don't work, no, I'm joking, but yes.
We appreciate everything and you coming to the show. And I think you won a lot of hearts today, a lot of fans and a lot of support just by being you. So not much to say, man. I think you just do your thing. Big Red, you got something real quick before we let Jordan go?
Yeah, real quick, because she it's something about Miss Jordan, like your energy is amazing. All right. So as far as like listening to your music, could you possibly do a track with Flau'jae?
Oh yeah. So actually give you a little more tidbits of some of my background. So I went to school in Louisiana. I went to school in New Orleans. So a little bit, like sometimes people be saying a little that twang, that southern twang be coming out for me too. But yeah, I would love to do a track with Big Foe. Yeah, somebody put me in her direction. That would be a dope meshing of two worlds. Like I said, I definitely mess with the South and everything you guys is about as well too. So yeah, I would definitely be down for that.
Because I'm like, I can hear it. I was like, y'all can.
She be barring up. Yeah, nah, she go crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
Something to think about, food for thought. I just wanted to just put that out there in the atmosphere.
Yeah, big man, you said it now. So, manifestation. That's something else I'm big on, manifestation. So we'll have to see about that.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. All right. And again, good luck to you, sweetheart. I love your music.
Thank
you. All right, Jordan, we done kept you for long enough. It was great. It was great. Do your thing. We will reach out for some other opportunities. And
yes, please.
Yeah, man. Blessings and peace. Feel free. I know we probably got a whole lot going on today, but feel free to hang out. But again, thank you for stopping.
Yes, thank you so much to every. Oh, we got Lakers in the chat, Cavs. Now we got a whole sports section going on. This is hilarious.
Turn this into ESPN.
All right, I'm Malika Andrews on this thing, but no, thank you so much to everybody. Appreciate the love. Please, I think they put my IG in the chat. Tap in with me so I can follow you guys back and we can just stay connected. But appreciate all the love and just support that I got in here today. It definitely was needed. So thank you, CL, as well, and everybody else for having me. Everybody have a good day. Appreciate y'all.
Word. Peace. We're gonna play a record and check this out. That was really dope. And man, what a Wednesday. All right, check this record out.
I know you must follow the sun wherever it leads. But remember,
If you should fall short of your desires, remember life holds for you one guarantee. You'll always have Stephanie. And if you should miss your love one of these old days, if you should ever miss the arms that used to hold you so close, or the lips that used to touch yours so tenderly, just remember what I told you the day I set you free.
Yeah, a lot of people probably asking what is that. It is Stephanie Mills. Ain't No Mountain High Enough. New singles she's doing. So it's coming out Friday. Definitely more Afro house side. And I do think I played the wrong edit of it. So I just wanted to sort of tease it and let everybody check it out for now. And prior to that, you had Silas Short. Song's called Guy. It's the Kareem Riggs remix. Shout out to Quantum Leap for that. Yeah, so we got a couple of things going on. Stephanie, I believe, will be with us either next week or the week after, but she's very excited about being on her first DJ call. People are definitely talking positive about what we do. So shout out to Stephanie. She will be in the building. So anyway, how we feeling out there? Everybody all right?
Oh yeah, definitely feeling good, man. Especially since they finally we about to get some things straight with old Nico, man. Get Nico. I don't know, man.
What we talking about? Nico who? Who we talking about?
Oh, Nico, the GM
They
of the
fired
Mavericks, man. Nah, they're not gonna fire him. They making him keep his mouth shut. You know, you don't need to talk, but you know, enough about that. But it just with Nico, he shouldn't have did what he did, man. You know, I don't know if they put some money in his pocket and make him come up with that idea. Silverman wanted to because now they're talking about since he did that, they trying to make up and give the Mavericks a higher pick in the lottery. So they did a coin flip because we tied with, I believe, is who do we tie with? I think we tied with
Wait. We talk about the GM of the Mavericks. They're not gonna fire him.
They're not gonna fire him. They keeping him.
And why did he make that trade again?
Of course they gonna keep him because they signed off on that shit. He didn't do that shit by himself.
No,
yeah. Right. The owners did that. So, you know, they agreed.
He's just a scapegoat. That's all. And,
absolutely.
But Dallas ain't trying to get over that, man. Y'all got to move on, man.
look, I got my Lakers hat in the closet right now. Anyway, I was a Laker fan before I was a Maverick fan because I was a fan of Magic Johnson. Anyway, and Kareem, you know, Byron Scott and all those cats right there. But anyway, but what they really did was they said that with Nico. You know, with that trade, he figured that they could get rid of Luka because they figured he was going down because his weight. You know what I mean? But this man is what, 6'8", 6'9", and running.
They
said he balled his ass. Luka. Luka balled his ass off yesterday. And
I know.
What are we talking about?
So they thought
that's because he loved LeBron. because he loved LeBron. He loved playing for the Lakers. And then over there in Dallas, he was lazy on defense. That's why they got rid of him. And they just had to do it like that to get rid of him. But really, like somebody here had the role because they didn't get to the championship. So even though he the big scorer, he loving over there being over there with the Lakers.
He is so happy. I can see it.
Yeah, I don't think he wasn't happy with Dallas. That's why he wasn't doing what he's doing. I bet he's doing what he's supposed to do at the Lakers.
Oh yeah, he doing that. He hitting a 40 ball on his old team. You know what I mean? 35 and 40 points. And then we look at AD. I'm telling you, this dude here
he
is
need to go
Ferrari
sit
with a 4-tempo motor. You know what I mean?
Hold on. AD is still a baller. Don't not get me wrong.
Every time this
definitely
dude
needs a
have a
spare
great
tire.
game, he hurt himself.
He definitely needs a spare tire. But when he's running, he will produce.
He will. But the thing is, this man needs a strengthening coach. He needs somebody to help
that might be right.
his body right. He needs a strengthening coach because for apparently he's not keeping his body right, man. You know, I get it, you know, but sometimes you gotta pay to get your body right, man. You got the money.
But Big Red, but if you don't want to do it, you gotta think about it. It's a lot of guys that get to the NBA and they lose their hunger and just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Just play the game. And I see him as that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want to do that. Like LeBron spends thousands of dollars on his body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's still able to play at the age he's able to play. But if you ain't willing to spend that and you ain't willing to develop and willing to do more, then you just not gonna do more.
Comes down to habits.
Yeah,
I agree. Comes down to habits.
Yeah.
I also believe that things changed when Kyrie Irving got hurt. When Kyrie Irving got hurt, it imbalanced the Dallas Mavericks immediately. Kyrie means so much to their offense, from the assists to his scoring, even to how you have to space out the floor. I know this isn't, like I said, this ain't Sports Center, but since we talking basketball, Kyrie completely changes the Dallas Mavericks' entire scheme. So before Kyrie got hurt, when they all play together, they're a dangerous team. Dangerous team.
Oh yeah.
But when Kyrie got hurt, and you gotta rely on AD more than he can handle, and guys they just don't, Dinwiddie can try to do what he got to do. It's just not enough. You need a millennial player like Kyrie to sort of make it all match up and make sense. So we'll see what happens next year. I'll say if they can stay together, stay healthy next year, I see them going deeper. So
yeah, they said Kyrie won't be back to probably maybe January, right before the NBA All-Star break. And then, like I said, since they made the move, we got the 10th spot for his been in the lottery, draft lottery, whatever we call it. So to give us a better chance of getting a higher pick.
Who the hell said that? They just
How do they do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's why this stuff
is fishy. And that's rigged.
It's fishy. It's fishy.
How you just gonna get the 10th spot because y'all made a bad trade?
I mean, that's already, you can't just get, because he made a mistake and gave up his franchise player, but
they said they gave a conflict because it was a tie between, I forgot the other team. It was a tie between us and them, and then for us moving to a 10th spot, which gives you a better chance in the lottery for a higher draft pick. Everybody trying to say, well, wouldn't be bad if they get the #1 draft pick and get old guy from Duke. I'm like, okay, he's a pretty good player, but the way Mavericks has never got the #1 draft pick at all, period. So I don't see that ever happen.
The West is going to be really deep next year, man. The West is going to be so deep. All these teams stacking up shit now, man. Spurs get back in. They got Fox and Wembanyama, and
man,
we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be a good. I love basketball. All right, can we switch just a little bit? Has anybody watched this movie called Sinners yet?
No, I haven't. I've been hearing a lot about it on social media.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it, but I ain't seen it yet. And
Shout
the
out to
same producers.
That movie is great. That movie is great. I went to go see it when it first came out Friday.
Right.
It is a wonderful movie. That movie crazy, it's great.
I am gonna say, yep. Thank you, Sensei. Sensei did not spoil it. No spoilers. I'm gonna agree with Sensei. Something to watch. And to look at from different angles. It might be, and I'm just gonna say it might be a 2-time watch movie. Sometimes you gotta watch movies twice because it's there's one plot going on and it could be something else happening and you don't catch it. But I would just say to everybody, I think it's a good movie. Very entertaining, but it's sort of deep as well. So I will leave it at that. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because it's funny because this movie was produced by Ryan Coogler, who's also done other movies as well. But it represents this new music and TV world that we're in, where big studios are going to. Ryan is big, but they gave him the deal of a lifetime to produce this movie and others, where he gets to keep the rights. They have no say in what his final cut. All these different things, and they gave him a huge budget. I think the film grossed $60 million so far. But after the hype that's going on around social media and everything else, and I would say stay off of social media if you do not want to have if you do not want to get the spoilers, to jam you up your whole experience, stay off of there. But I believe it's gonna break 100 million because of the way people are flooding. I went last night and the movie theater was mostly packed. It wasn't 100%, but on a Tuesday night, that's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, get a chance, go watch it. I think that's something to really check out as well. What else is there? The other thing I wanted to talk about was we're starting a new newsletter next week. So check out for that. If we don't have your email, if you're not on our email list and you want to be added, I guess I will try to add everybody to it as well. So new newsletter that's coming out. Just another way to get more music and information out there. We was talking amongst a couple other friends. How is there a place to go to where you're gonna find, what's coming out, what just came out, and know what records are even there besides having to go on on streaming platforms and trying to find stuff, or whatever emails you get, and even that is starting to dwindle because so many people getting fired at labels or let go. It's just different. So, all right. Anyway, what time is it now? It's about 6:03. Okay, yes, Icewear Vezzo has canceled, so I don't know what exactly happened. Artists and their problems or whatever the case is that's going on, man. We can't control everybody. All we can do is keep it moving. Shout out to Jourden for pulling up. I thought, very much unexpected. Like I said, this all happened very quickly. It was yesterday that I heard everything, and before you know it, here we are talking about her and talking to her, and then bang, So I think that she has a lot to offer, and she's on RCA. So shout out to RCA for giving her a chance to do her thing. All right, let's play a song. I guess we can end a little early today, man. Go and enjoy some sun. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but enjoy some sun before NBA starts up. I don't know who's playing tonight, but I don't think the Knicks are. I think we play tomorrow night. So we will check that out. I'm trying to get this record up, but let me see if I can find it. Here we go. All right. Check it out.
All right, cool, man.
My bad. A little bit of mix up there. That was the clean version. Yeah. All right. That's the Flipper T record that I think Queen B was talking about. Affirmations. Sounds like Glorilla to me. clearly she's not, but sound like a little like Glorilla.
See, you're not looking at the chat. We already saying that.
Oh,
You
I
got-
said that already. All right. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm really not. Okay, I see it. I see it. All right, Warriors got the late night. Yes, Seesaw said I thought it was Glorilla. Glorilla's twin. Is that you? Okay, yeah, there it is. All right, so my bad. Yes, definitely has the Glorilla influence, but hit is a hit. Good record's a good record. People are feeling it. What can you say? You know what I mean? What I'm going to talk about. Yeah, so we do not have what you call for this week, so we'll see what happens. Next week is going to get a little crazy. We're actually going to try something different. So just heads up to the team that we might be doing. We will most likely be broadcasting live from Penthouse in New York City. So from 3 to 7 p.m., we're going to try to go live from Penthouse, New York City, while we're on the call. It's an experiment. We're going to try it. We're going to see how it feels and if it makes sense and it rocks. But it will be still us on the call, and it should be different. If you are in New York, feel free. We're going to probably pull up together and do the call live from there, and we're going to see how it goes. And eventually, we want to move it to a movie theater, with the giant screen and have everybody in the background and see how that looks and feels, and have people pull up and share with us live in the audience and make it crazy. Shout out to Penthouse because they're giving it to us for free, and that's big love. And we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get in on it, hit me up. We again, we're just trying something different. Shout out to Ajene, he's here. He's actually the connect to getting us the spot, and we appreciate that. And I totally forgot to tell Jordan about her dot hip hop name. That's why I be like, yo, sometimes I have to raise their hand and say something because there be so much happening that I'll be forgetting. So that's what it is. All right. Anybody got any records, anything? Oh, actually, I did get a record to share. If anybody got anything, we'll play records for like another 20 minutes. We'll get out of here a little early, and everybody can get to what they got to get to, and call it a day. Let's see. This record is from. Oh yeah. Okay, so check this out. Let me know what y'all think about it. So we just sort of experimenting and playing new records. And all right, here we go. All right. Okay. First we had Lola Brooke with her new joint. And then second we had Sheck West with Travis Scott, ILMB. I don't know what it stands for, but whatever. Bottom line is, there you go. New music. Yeah.
CL, you gonna have to start taking vitamins, bro. You're not being sharp this week. IMLB is I love my bitch.
That's
Come
the
on,
hook.
bro. Come on, CL.
Wait a minute. Are you
You
serious?
having an off day, bro.
Wait a minute. I'm joking with you. I know what the shit means. Said it 1,000 times on the record. I mean,
Hey, yo,
what the hell?
on
you
some
want?
sidebar shit, Travis Scott is having a hell of a year right now.
Bro, his
like
production.
After that shit he just did with WrestleMania this past
Oh
weekend.
yeah. Shout out to him.
Oh, he had a hell of a weekend, and he got his ass beat too. Yeah, it's a hell of a weekend.
He helped John Cena get a championship. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he got his ass beat in the process.
I can't believe that we're still watching wrestling. This is nuts.
Actually, they made that shit fun now. This shit is more fun now than it was back in the day. Like back in the day, we all knew about the bullshit storyboards and all that shit. But now they make sure, we got to give these motherfuckers a reason to watch us. So now they doing all that shit, and Vince McMahon is out of the picture right now. So it's a whole bunch of new shit going on, and it's definitely amazing to watch, especially with them involving hip hop and West Side Gun started his own little wrestling thing.
Really?
Yeah, he got he linked with the wrestler MVP. And so they got their own shit called Fourth Round or something like that. and they already had shit. It's on YouTube, as a matter of fact. So they're incorporating hip hop with wrestling, and
I
like
can't
they
tell you
have,
how. I
they
can't tell
have
you how
like
much I
different
love that.
Griselda. They have different Griselda artists perform during the show and shit, and
genius
motherfuckers that don't be coming down to anything, they come out to Griselda music. So this shit is amazing to watch.
Genius. I think that's awesome. I think that's what's up. Like, that's actually thinking outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
For real, that's dope. Whoever came up with that, because you created your own marketing vehicle. Wrestling is going to get watched.
Like if you watch the wrestling shits, like if you was a wrestling dude, you would see him in the front row at every fucking WWE show, every A&E show, just watching and taking notes. And he linked up with certain wrestlers and end up putting on his own show. He sold out the fucking center stage here in Atlanta for his second or third show. Shit was crazy.
I mean, if Dana White can do it, if Vince McMahon can do it, why the heck not? They had a boxing unit here in New York called Rumble in the Bronx for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of people, and it was good because it was like, instead of us picking up these guns, we're gonna pick up these gloves. So it was like neighborhood beefs and all of that. But the amount of people that would come out to these joints, and shout out to Brian. Me and Brian Greenspoon went one time in the Bronx, and it was like one of their biggest ones. And right before they started fighting, the police came and shut it down because they don't have licenses and none of that. This is just, dude from the neighborhood with a referee's jersey on, and other cats just they got a mouthpiece, and that's about it. They got gloves,
no gloves.
No, they got gloves. They had gloves.
Okay.
But Rumble in the Bronx, all I'm saying is creating your own hype is marketing. And
they winning with it.
And they're winning with it, man. And why the heck not? If you love it and you know that, listen, I got my artists, I can have perform in between, before, around. Why not? I love it. I think it's ingenious. That's what's up.
I'm telling you, go look at that shit on YouTube. Like that shit.
What's the name of the league again?
It's called Fourth.
Hold on. C-Star, when you find it, just send a link in the chat. That way we can just.
I'm about to do that right now. Hold on.
Yeah, while you're doing that.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say, I think we need like an intern that does research, that's in the group chat, that could be putting things in there instead of you going to look for it and C-Styles going to look for it. Like, that's their job, is to listen to what we talking about and pull up, some facts, or pull up a link, like a human bot. So that way, like me, I'm a professional Googler. Like, I would have Googled exactly who owned it, where it was trademark, license, LLC. I don't play no games.
Just around, man. We probably got to just get an AI assistant to do everything. It's sad but crazy. That's the world we're in. All right, let's play a couple more joints, and while you're looking for that, let me let's cue this up right here. I'm just gonna play it through here anyway.
Yeah. Y'all know I came to talk my shit real quick. It's that gas she lit. Come and take a bitch out, man. I'm staying ready. Every time he hit my line, I say it's up. They come get me, and I'm steady popping shit. Cause I am that bitch. Too legit, I never quit. It's that gas, I'm lit. Ayy, he say I'm cocky and I know it. Come here, daddy, let me show you just how I'ma throw it. I arch my back and shake my hips, I swear this booty growing. My friends say I'm pathetic, man, this nigga keep me going. When I open up the gram, it's like they read my mind, they cause my. We keeping this shit on the low, not dealing with no crazy fans. I come with peace, trust the process, sticking to the plan. Cause once they know who you fucking know, I'm lit.
Started from the top.
Yeah. Y'all know I came to talk my shit real quick. It's that gas she lit. Come and take a bitch out, man. I'm staying ready. Every time he hit my line, I say it's up. They come get me, and I'm steady popping shit. Cause I am that bitch. Too legit, I never quit. It's that gas, I'm lit. Ayy, He say I'm cocky and I know it. Come here, daddy, let me show you just how I'ma throw it. I arch my back and shake my hips, I swear this booty growing. My friends say I'm pathetic, man, this nigga keep me going. When I open up the gram, it's like they read my mind, they ghost my man, that's not my man. We keeping this shit on the low, not dealing with no crazy fans. I come with peace, trust the process, sticking to the plan. Cause once they know who you fucking know, it's like, here come the bullshit, man, it's cover blown. Now, I'm moving on to the next. It was good while it lasted, boy, I'm trying to do my best. Steady pop a shit, cause he know I am that bitch. Keeping this shit on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. Steady pop a shit, cause he know I am that bitch. Keeping this shit on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. Now, subliminally, I make it post, he do it too. Yeah, he talking to me. Wrote about me in his songs, then he sent it to me. Got me blushing on the bars, I take it personally. For real. Ain't no faking all this loving, let me give it to you, baby. Don't you place no hoe above me. I know you ain't my nigga, but I swear I can't get ugly. He made me catch these feelings, how he digging in my tummy. Yeah, I know it's kinda hard. You fucking with a star, come get in my car. I got that pressure, baby, I'ma send your ass to Mars. I'm the one he wants, so baby, I'ma take him far. Steady poppin' shit, cause he know I am that bitch. Keeping this shit on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. Steady poppin' shit, cause he know I am that bitch. Keeping this shit on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Keeping this shit on the low.
Okay, so hold on, I gotta stop you.
Wait, hold on. We're Raymond at. I know he don't like that mic hanging shit. he been retired. That. Go ahead, yo.
Yo, CL, that's cheating. You can't be, when you add a video, when you add a visual, son, that makes someone like you 50% more, bro. That's not cool, CL. You gotta keep it all lyrics, my nigga. Fuck that, nigga.
She had that ass shaking, so she caught more attention than a little bit.
Yeah, I'm talking about that slick. God,
no, sir. I said no, sir, because I felt like the visual presentation might be good for the crew. I didn't want to be selfish. I want to share. That was all I was doing. I was sharing everything so everybody could see. The problem I have with artists, they don't be doing visuals.
Yeah.
She did.
What's the story? What's the story on her? She definitely looks like she's from the Bronx.
Actually, she from Fort Worth, Texas, man. There's Zyla Rain, man. She from Fort Worth, Texas. I got a chance to meet her at the Vertigo Mixer, and recently, recently she teamed up with her. She was one of my hosts at one of my events at the new spot that we got in Fort Worth, and she was like, "Did you check out my music?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." I said, "If I get a chance, I'll put it on New Music Wednesday, see what everybody think about it." So I sent it to CL. I appreciate you playing it for me, CL. So I'll try to get her to tune in and check it out.
It looked like she's from Brooklyn, Vaughn.
Yeah, she got that look, man. She got that look.
Hey man,
She looked like she could bottom line was she actually barred up on that joint. That's
yeah. We'll bring her on next week then, CL. Stop bullshitting then.
Hey, I can make
her ass right now. Send the link right now, Big Red.
Oh, Vaughn, you crazy?
Yeah.
I'll pull up and defend herself.
I'll tell her tune in next week.
Yeah, why she got to defend herself? She did her thing.
Nah, I feel like she has something in her that if she took her time and said some real quality shit, she would get across better. Other than that, I instantly filed her as whole rap. I mean, that's what it is. I didn't create the shit.
Where Ray at the T-Ag? Because I know he would probably go, man. I'm tired of
Why she gotta be whole rap? That's messed up, man.
Because she's talking about some whole shit.
All right.
Oh my God.
Where my cousin Raymond T at? Where Raymond T at, man?
Let me play a song in the meantime.
Raymond's like, no comment.
I threw her under the bus. Crazy.
No, we fucking with her. We give her a chance. But you cheated by showing the video.
Oh yeah, I did.
He enticed it a little bit more.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
The visual is sometimes,
That nigga knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, she's shaking some ass. Let's bring it back to the beginning.
DJ selected from the top. We won.
That nigga say, you know what? Y'all watch the video. Let's bring it back to the beginning.
I want to
check this one out.
Okay.
No, we got nothing. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. All right, sorry about that.
I'm about to say, you going too fast and shit.
Fuck that song.
No.
That last record, shout out to Will, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, that's a young brother out of Indianapolis named Toshio Ghoul that he want to come up. I'm working with him, He's finding his craft together. He's just getting into it really, but he's just doing shows here and that and stuff. Yes, he got a movement and stuff, man.
Tell that nigga to turn that auto tune down. God damn.
All the way, yeah. See, yeah, that's one thing. I ain't get.
How old is it?
Yeah, I was gonna
got you. Yeah, because I ain't, I'm just filling him out and stuff. We got some more songs. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, is the auto tune still a thing? Like at
that
this
shit
point,
is whack, yo. Like that shit. Like ever since everybody started biting that shit, this shit started getting boring because everybody's sounding the same. Like
it's not even that.
I'll let him know.
For one,
it is that.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying over that is they don't know how to even use it, because if you know about auto tune, if somebody comes to the studio and they be like, I want to use auto tune, put me in auto tune. And then the engineer asks a simple question. Okay, what key you want me to put you in, or what key are you in? They don't know what you're talking about, because auto-tune works in keys. So you got to know a little bit of music theory. You got to know a little bit about music. Yo, yeah, I'm an A minor, B minor, G minor. They have to stay within that pocket of the tune. So a lot of people just be using it, and they use, I say, the amount of people that use auto-tune, 95% of them all use it wrong.
Only T-Pain knows how to use that shit.
Of course.
Is an expert on
he know how to sing in key. He know how to read music.
He was a singer. He was a singer before he turned rapper. So
Payne got the manuscript from Roger. And
actually, he was a rapper before singing.
Yeah, he got it from Roger. They knew how to do that shit too back in the day.
He got the manuscript from them, and then everybody else bit T-Pain.
Let me stop y'all right now. Don't ever disrespect Roger Troutman ever again in your lives. I don't care how many records or wax you done spin. Roger Troutman didn't use auto-tune. He used the
he didn't use auto-tune.
Yeah, he used the talk box. But what they call now is auto-tune.
It's not the early version of the auto-tune, a vocoder.
It's not the same. Don't ever do that. It's not the same. And I'm here for that argument.
I'm totally with Head Rush. Vocoder is totally, that's Teddy Riley, that's Roger, that's Zap. I mean, that's that Roger and Zap, that's that different energy. What that is something different. And this is my thing about it at the end of the day. Any tool is a tool. If you master it and do it well, you do it well. Personally, I didn't think the song was that bad. I understand how we can feel it's annoying, but I do see where I wonder how kids and people are reacting to that.
Especially don't know the difference on auto-tune.
But see, the simple thing I'm saying is I don't have no problem with people using it. It's the fact that a lot of people is using a lot of this. We talked about it earlier, DJing and all that. All this stuff is available for us to use. Yes, it is a tool. But the thing about it is people are using it wrong. And instead of learning or being coached or taught how to use these things and use it properly, they think they know it all. And you got a lot of YouTubers up here teaching the wrong thing. And they think anybody could, oh yeah, you could do it. It comes out like that. That's why the quality is bad, because they don't know how to use it versus people that do know how to use it. I'm not opposed to using it. I'm not opposed to using it. Use it, but know how to use it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But that's why I wanted to bring him on here so y'all can, play a song on here so y'all can give me your opinions on it. Because, I didn't really have listened to the song all the way through, but I heard the beginning of it and I put a little part on the video I made. But he definitely got talent and he definitely got a following and stuff. He rocked the show. He actually won a big old competition over in Georgia not that long ago. So, he's doing his thing, but I understand with the auto-tune because too much of it is really too much. They didn't overdid it. And I know we need to hear what the artists actually sound like nowadays, man. What's your voice sound like? I understand, though. It's all good, y'all. Let's look.
All right. I'm going to play 2 more songs and call it a day. Let's get into them. Hold on 1 second. Yes, Collie Buddz and Busy Signal called Spark Up. And the record before that came courtesy of Brother Quantum, and the record is called
In My City.
In My City, that's right. So
yeah, it was I got a music package in. Got a music package in a couple weeks ago, and that was in there. So I figured I'd throw that. And the joint I had played earlier, I threw to you earlier, a cat named Silas Short. That was a remix from Kareem Riggins. But the original sound dope too. Dude is like on Stone's Throw, but he got like a different, R&B vibe about him. So figured I'd throw those in there, throw y'all off, see what you thought about them.
All right. That's what's up. Yeah, I think that's it, man, for today. We got a lot of, play some new joints.
Before you go, or C Styles, I don't know if for the DJs in here mention what's going on with the National Zoom tonight.
Is it tonight or didn't it happen already?
C Styles, did it happen already? Or is it tonight? I think it's tonight. The 23rd. The 23rd. Today, 23rd, right?
That is a fact. My bad. I don't know where he is, but I know the call is tonight with Bow Wow.
And Too Short.
Okay, dope. That's tonight. I think they start about
after us. Right, yeah, right after us. Like, wow. 8, yeah, I think 8.
Okay, nice.
Did you play the Too Short record, see?
I didn't. That show's dope. I heard the one with
They start at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Too short got some joy. Everybody, again, man, the veterans are putting the young to shame.
As they should, because hey, showing them how it really worked. And Bow Wow coming back out. Actually, I got a request for that song last week. The Bow Wow record. So a lady came up to me. She's like, "You got that new Bow record? Use Me?" I'm like, "I sure do." It's like, oh, so like, okay. Bow Wow and Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm. Which one should I play? I like the one with Larry June.
I like that one with Snoop. You got that one with Snoop too on that project.
The Pick a Side.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play it. All right, Too Short back to back. From the new album. Shout out to Empire. They putting it together. You had Pick a Side with Jazzy Faye, Snoop Dogg, Rex, Life Raj, and then you had Pippin Like Kenny Red with Larry June and Boss Life Big Spence. So Too Short is out here with a new project, man. I don't know how many albums it's in for him, but
so sleeping Rex like Raj, y'all.
Rex is hard. Rex is hard. Just so everybody knows too, that is actually a soundtrack to the movie Freaky Tales, in which Too Short helped produce. So the movie Freaky Tales is in theaters, based upon I think a storyline like 1987 in the Bay or something had to do with, so but the sound the music itself is in support of the soundtrack.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit got some names in it too. I think Pedro Pascal's in that movie.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal in it, man. The one big cat from Insecure is in it. He actually plays one of the main characters.
Bugging out and do the right thing. Everybody knows.
Can you watch the movie? Is it like on like Tubi or like Netflix?
I don't think so yet. They did a drop in theaters. I just don't know if it was like a nationwide release or not.
Right.
Sinners though, who saw it?
Oh yeah, you missed that part. We were talking about we can't really talk about it because there's too many spoilers.
Too many giveaways.
Yeah, but we just in general definitely. I think it could be worth a second watch because it's. I think there's things in there I just didn't catch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why was they clowning Josh Allen so much though? You know what I mean?
Who's Josh Allen?
Quarterback, bro. That's Haley Stanfield dude. But the internet was coming for him.
I don't know. What did he do?
No, they just saying because Michael B. Jordan was in the movie with old girl. So they just, the internet being the internet, man. That's
because I was like, if you see the movie, it ain't like too raunchy.
Well, chill. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so just I'm letting folks get out of the theater who want to talk and catch it at a good time so I can watch the movie.
Yo, listen, man. I got up on that $5 movie last night. It was a good look. Theater was mostly packed. The $2 matinee is not a bad look.
Could you watch it? Wasn't no distractions?
I mean, it was almost packed, but it was full of. It had a good crowd in there.
No, so you could watch the film, huh? Because see, I went to go see Magazine Dreams about a month ago. That's the Jonathan Majors joint that was supposed to come out back then, but then all that shit happened. Yeah. And so I'm in there. It's maybe 7 people in this theater. 7. And of course, this chick comes up there and is literally talking on the phone the whole time.
Oh no, that ain't happening.
Like that type of shit, I don't do that. And I should win the lottery for that happening because it was a small release. I went on an odd time, and that's the type of shit I don't like, dog. Like movies ain't cheap these days. Chill the fuck out and shut the fuck up. Turn your phone off. Let people enjoy this movie, man. So I'm waiting for.
Nobody complain. Nobody in theater complain.
Ain't no. It's us in there. We ain't trying to be Karens. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of huffing, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I mean let someone that work in the theater know. You know what I mean?
They don't know that. Like I said, we ain't nobody trying to be Karens up in there. It's none of black folks in there. So you know.
So in other words, everybody's scared to hate on the loud one in the theater. Is that what you're saying?
Ain't nobody wanted to say nothing.
Anybody want to deal with the aftermath of it? That's what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Wow.
So instead of being Karen, you have to listen to Donald run his mouth.
Yeah.
But it was it wasn't like where it's
a black Donald.
Like where you sitting there talking and it's you know what I'm saying? Like that. It wasn't like I could hear you like this, but you like you can hear it. And I knew as soon as she walked in, because like one of them trying to create content, she was on her phone taking a picture or something and texting. I'm like, all right, one of these young motherfuckers is trying to get content. And then got a call throughout the whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quantum, you probably gotta go to a theater on the white side of town, man.
That's where I was.
That.
No,
yeah,
I saw that
she
clip.
is dope. She is dope.
I saw that clip where she was on that in front of that brownstone. Because when she was on, I looked at her Instagram. I was like, okay, I seen her. And I remember I saw her rapping, but I was like, I needed to hear a song. But then what y'all was playing, I was getting them calls and like, what y'all was playing, I was like, oh, this shit sound dope as fuck. So I did finally see a piece to that link. I did get that link. I'm gonna try to go through and see, you know, what was happening. But I need to probably get her on the show, man, because I wanted to ask some questions, man, and get in her head real quick. But she got some dope shit from what I heard.
I mean, she's definitely down to talk. I mean, she's well, you know, she was well versed in.
So you said she signed to RCA.
That's why I'm like, and that's why I'm asking if anybody's heard of, because I'm like, wait a minute. That's like, you know, I don't know. I don't even remember getting an email about her and nothing. Unless it just missed me, and I doubt that. So
they ain't doing their job now.
That's what you call a diamond in the rough. Somebody definitely ain't doing their job.
That was crazy. What happened was we had an artist by the name of Jourden on the call, who's managed by Jeff Robinson, who managed Alicia Keys and her. And Jeff had posted it in his group, and I was just like, let me just listen to it. Like, you know how people post something and so I listened to it, and I was like, yo, this shit is hot. Like, let me ask him about it. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, we're just trying to get things going, and we did something. And I was like, with who? He starts telling me, I was like, you know what, you think she wants to jump on the call tomorrow? And one thing led to another. She jumped on. This was yesterday.
And the fact of the matter is, she just let us know she doesn't be on calls with DJ first. So
yeah,
it's a lot more. That's why I said she need to get outside. That's why I plugged that in. What we do, she could be one of those ones we have at our events. She's in the city, so this is what we all been talking about as far as artists not being outside and engaging with us DJs and stuff like that. You know, and within this year and beyond, a lot of people, their numbers are going to decline as far as on DSPs. And the ones that's going to really win, the true ones is going to win in good quality music. But now they got to go back to the basics, which they're not used to. They're going to have to go back to, go into whatever venue the DJs at, introducing themselves, making sure, you know, get some kind of, you know, something going on, relationship or whatever, you know. This is what I do, this is my music, blah, blah, blah. And then us DJs get behind it and help push the records.
See, was the music you played today? Was the music you played today from the Project Straight No Chase?
Yes.
Wow, that was August of last year. That was August of last year that dropped.
It's just crazy. I don't understand. I guess that's just one of the things that just shocked. And she's producing a lot of her own stuff. Obviously she got bars, and
see, you can't blame yourself or Swerve can't blame themselves. Well, here's the thing: Quantum says it every week. It's so much music out here, so many artists coming across your desk. And it's hard to keep up with everybody. And like the artist that Will played earlier, I'm right here now. I didn't know nothing about that dude until today. You know what I'm saying? That's just like an artist we talked about before, Jet Santiago. I've been kind of dabbling in the music scene around that since I've been here. I've never heard of Jet Santiago until, middle of 2023. So, it's kind of like one of them situations. It's a lot of music out here. There's a lot of artists that you encounter with. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree, Russ. But if you get out, if you be outside a lot, whatever city that you're in, and you create a buzz within your city by being outside. Like, how many events we did so far? Meet the DJ. We did like 4. And y'all say her album been out since August. We had people from Warner Brothers, RCA, Atlantic, people of them nature that came to our events. Again, me and CL, we move around this city.
That's what I was gonna say. Y'all outside all the time, and y'all still missed. She still slid past your radar. So you can't say you got to be outside all the time. Being outside.
No, I'm talking about the artists. The artists.
Oh, the artist itself. Oh,
but she might not have known. I don't know if she knows that. Like, I think what is crazy to me though is that there's a lot of DJs here, right? We claim to be hip hop, this and that. I'm just like, yo, nobody said, let me try this out. Let me spin this. I don't see anything.
Yeah, but you got to think, and I'm just going off of what I heard. I didn't hear, but just like a little bit. But from what I heard, like that doesn't sound like that shit that Quantum Leap plays. Like, are y'all really jumping out there for, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about y'all in particular. I just mean when Swerve's talking about like get out in the city, it doesn't sound like she's making music that
for the mainstream
everybody wants to. So like that's going to easily.
Quantum, we still have DJs that do underground music a lot here. It still breathes very hard here in New York City. So even I work records, even if I might not play it, I still work records to the people that do play that records. I know a lot of DJs, whether it's here in New York or outside of New York. And especially if it's dope, I still work the records. And mind you, I don't even get anything from it, but I feel it's so dope that people that need to have it, and they don't ask me to do it. I just do it on GP because I feel like the music needs to get out there. CL does the same. So, we sometimes help some of these artists, a small portion, they don't even know, and we help send out the email blasts and things like that. I mean, it's really nobody's fault. Again, like Russ said, it's so many to consume. We have multiple emails, which we get flooded with music on a daily, and sometimes we miss stuff. But like I did download her album, but I didn't look at the time it came out. But Raymond said it came out last August. Yeah. August is about to come back around again. That's about to be a year. We just now hearing about it. But timing is everything too.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, I would rather you be finding some work that I did later on, rather than it be just at the moment and then you done forgot about it. So if she signed the RCA, I'm looking at it like, well, they're test running what she's doing, and she's young. I didn't get a chance to see. But I could tell she's young. Like I said, that clip that I saw of her last year when she was on that brownstone, I was like, okay, this is a young person and they're into shit like that. So you got to take into the fact they're into some Quantum Leap shit and she in her 20s. Now, how many 20-year-olds is into shit like that? Not to say that they're not, because I've been noticing there's been this growing kind of resurgence of this type of music amongst that generation. But to get her popping amongst that generation, that's what I was saying earlier. y'all in New York, that's hustle town. That's not gonna always. Her sound is not gonna be what everybody wants to hear just out of New York, let alone across the nation. I seen she's on that On the Radar show, so she been moving around. They've been getting her around, but her shit just might take a little longer. Doshi, when she dropped that Alligator joint last year, that shit was actually out for a minute, but it got rolling. Whether somebody pushed the button or not, it took a while for that moss to kind of gather on the rock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad she's there though. I'm gonna check out the release once we get off of here.
Well, Quantum, I'm not sure if you got kids that's like in the 15 and 16-year-old age group. But I have a 16 going on 17-year-old daughter, and her and all her little buddies don't listen to nothing but classic hip hop. Like they don't really they know the newer songs, they know some of the newer artists, but like I said before on the call, I looked up one day, my daughter's listening to MF Doom, and I'm like, where'd you get that from?
And that's
one of her friends, one of her friends' dads listened to him, and then she's telling her friends that I listen to old hip hop too, so they like trading off songs that they hear in the car with their parents. And then they adapt to it. So they're really liking this stuff. Like you remember Stokes? He don't listen to nothing but old hip hop, man. So, it's like I think that the younger demographic is starting to catch on to what we grew up on and what we came up on, and they're finding out why it's what it is to us. So now they're grabbing hold of it, putting their twist on it.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a resurgence. I've been seeing that, but not to the Kendrick Drake levels, is what I'm saying. For the most part, they're still trying to hear NBA YoungBoy and all this other shit. But there has been a resurgence because I've been seeing it. The Doom shit is that's been the weirdest shit ever. I've talked about that on here. Like, that's been the weirdest shit ever. But I've been seeing that resurgence. It's just not,
Will Gamble that was just on the show a little bit ago. He might be still on here. He got an artist that he networks with all the time. Pusha Preem. This dude wears a mask, and he got that whole moniker from MF Doom. Like, dude, you will never see this dude without a mask, bro. We don't know what he looked like.
Hey, Head Rush. Right on cue. I sent a song to to CL from Pusha Preem called Levels. Like Levels. But yeah, he's super dope, man. He really be doing his thing. Go ahead. He never takes the mask off. I've seen him like maybe one time without his mask. I love that brother. He's super dope.
Push like 24, 25?
Probably around 25, maybe 27, I think. Yeah. He's active, man. His shows sell out. Hey, dope. Go ahead, Russ. I'm done.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Some of these young cats actually, they diamonds in the rough, man, just like Shorty was early on the call, man. And I feel like we going back, we kind of turning the corner back to the machine, air quotes. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to push that. So they got to push it on their own.
No, I think it's about how to push it too. Like I agree with Quantum that, there's sometimes there's a specific audiences that make sense. So, for me, like the Stretch and Barbados or what I'll just say, like, in New York, you have WKCR, which is more Columbia's radio station. It's known for solid jazz music. Like their jazz show is official. Their hip hop show is official. They're not playing mainstream hip hop. They're gonna play more real. I don't want to say real, but just barred up. Stuff.
Why she not on some of these IG platform like on the radar, like on?
She's already doing
on the radar. Okay,
yeah, I think he's doing that. I'm saying that I think that college and more of the real platforms, it's a different audience. Those listeners are super supportive of music that they like. They're the ones that show up at the show. They're the ones that buy the T-shirt. They're the ones that tell others, about whatever's going on. My bad, Brittany. I don't know. We must have missed you, but sorry about that. Go ahead, Raymond.
Now I was just gonna ask the question, so let's talk music discovery real quick, right? Because I feel like we share music and artists with each other here than what you get on like your traditional platform, right? Like, let's go back to traditional radio, like we was talking the other day. See, is one, who's listening to the radio still, and two, is there, have you discovered somebody you didn't know about on traditional radio today? Or has it been more amongst social media and amongst us?
That's no two times. I don't listen to the radio, and then when I do listen to the radio, I'm hearing stuff that we've talked about like at least 30 to 60 days prior to it being on the radio. So I get more new music and new artists from conversations with you all and other platforms than I do the radio. For just in a nutshell, I'm ahead of the radio, and so all of us, we're ahead of the radio.
Yeah, no, I think a majority of us are. You know what I mean? I was just curious because I was seeing this thing the other day, and they were talking about the challenges that radio is going to be facing moving forward, especially with like car dashboards. Like traditional radio is going to be harder to find with all the technology that's being put in the cars, like moving forward. So it's not the main knob twister like it used to be. And then kind of going back to what you're talking about, C, whether we talking Stretch or Barbito, or like, I think for us as hip hop heads, when we want to go get some shit we looking for music discovery, I don't know about y'all, but I'll go to Sirius FM because I feel like they program to the culture. Like they program with people who are tapped in. You know what I mean? And I think they're given the freedom to program accordingly. You know what I mean?
You're right on that, Ray. I mean, I've had Sirius XM subscription.
Absolutely right.
I've got like Shay 45 back in like, you remember 05 when it was real popping? People used to ride around with the gadget little box in their car. I had one of those, and that was the first time I really got hipped on to like Shay 45, and they was way ahead of the radio. And I'm talking about songs that, you know, you'll hear it on Shade 45 and all the stations, you know, satellite stations. You know, you get in the car with somebody else, and a couple months later, you hear it on the radio, and you know every word. And they're like, "How do you know this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, you know, I was listening to this dude who's kind of heavy in radio still, and he was like, radio's facing even more challenges moving forward because of car dashes. You know what I mean? Like car dashboards are going to be more. I mean, just look at like, you know, what is it? Apple Play, you know, like, you know, like if you don't go to your radio, like, and then on top of the fact, like, because radio will rely a lot on last device played or something like that. So if you actually were listening to the radio in the car, when you turn your car back on, it'll go back to that. But if you were like last in your car listening to Spotify or Apple, that's the first thing that's coming back on. You know what I mean? So like radio just continues to be more and more in trouble. And I think, like I said, they just, the prehistoric programming of it all is still just like, you know, and it's sad. And it's sad.
You know what I mean? A big part of the problem is the fact that when you get out your car and you're listening to the radio, the same song is playing. And when you get back in, it's the same song playing again. You know, it's like the same 10 songs getting played every hour on the hour. And all they do is switch them around. They'll shuffle them around and play something, you know, and then throw something old in and then play the same 10 songs again, or run like 15 damn commercials and then start all over. So people get tired of that. The listeners are tired of, you know, I pay for this phone and I can get this phone to play whatever I want. And then a lot of people don't even when you want. And see, here's the kicker. The new Kias, my brother-in-law got a new Kia, bro. They have a way that you can plug your phone up to your Kia and literally watch YouTube all on the screen of the new Kia, bro. So now people that like got YouTube music that don't pay for streaming platforms.
That sounds like a bunch of accidents. But anyway.
Hey, look, this is what they do in the cars. They making it so people can damn near live in their car.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, I just want to add to the discovery conversation. Yes, there are certain radio shows I can listen to in New York. I'll give you some examples. Funk Flex does this MP3 show on Thursdays. So he only plays exclusives and new records from artists. That's where I heard that Tommy Richmond remix last week on the way to the Mets game. I was like, oh, okay, fire. But everybody's not like that. Now, we still have like a couple other shows, but again, New York is a vast, when it comes to radio, Peter Rosenberg's show is an underground show that puts on, right? terrestrial radio on Hot 97 on Sundays. You also have K Slay's old show, which is now ran by DJ, whatever his name is, which is it's street hip, it's New York street joints. It's New York street rap, which is it's a different genre of hip hop. It's mostly like drill, da 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 da. We used to, I don't know if we still do it, but we used to have a thing called a New It Too. Now that would put you on to new artists that are already established. Rarely did it put you on to new artists. Like we were early on just recently. I know we were early on Mutt, right? We were playing that a while ago. We are very early. I'm gonna say that. But Radiohead tries to keep up, but overall it is literally still doing a lot of the same stuff. It only caters to A, who's giving them a check, and B, who they know they won't get screamed on by the program director. Only a few DJs actually will play something new that's from the heart. Now, if you really want to get tapped in, like I said, we got a couple of college radio shows that are still, they'll put you on to the next person. Now, they're not going to be Jay-Z or Drake tomorrow, but I took J. Cole to his first WKCR radio show. He'll never forget it because they made him rhyme on the mic. Like those type of shows, those are the joints. And that's what Sirius XM has become. And that's why I agree with that, because when I listen to Sirius, I'm getting put on with joints that I've never heard that I like. They take chances earlier. They give DJs more freedom. And the DJs know, like, yo, like you play that bullshit, we're gonna say something. We're gonna get at you. So Tony Touch ain't gonna play nothing whack. Eclipse and Riz ain't gonna play nothing whack. Lord Sear, he's not gonna. They know Sway's show ain't gonna play nothing whack. So,
speaking of Sirius, did you know that Sound 42 was Drake's and they canceled it?
They canceled the station.
So Sound 42 was a collaboration with Drake and OVO. I want to say it was the top of the year, it went away. So like it's just like 42 now or something like that. But Sound 42 was a OVO ran station.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
A real killer.
Knocked
him out the box. My God, knocked him out the box.
Well, it goes back to having the ear too, like Swerve said earlier. So you got to be able to listen. Like you said, Tony Touchman ain't gonna play no bullshit, so you can't take no bullshit to the table and be like, play this. Excuse me, man.
Well, it was a dope station. I like Sound 42 because it played Drake. It played like that vibey Drake stuff, but I also liked it because you didn't know what they were gonna play next. Because they played, of course, like Party Next Door, all of that, but then they would play some reggae. It was I felt like it was a Toronto station, like Toronto.
It was dedicated to Toronto.
Not necessarily, but it just it was all over. It was sort of cool. It was like, I heard some reggae or some dancehall, whatever. Then I would hear some Sexy Red, and then it would have some Drake vibes and some other vibes. It was cool. It's like a sound system, but it was all over the place.
Right. So how can we do that and have the same control but be just as popular?
Well, the thing about this stuff is like when you take on a serious station, first of all, they won't give you one unless your name is huge. If you notice, Eminem still is Shade 45.
Right.
Smokey Robinson now has the old school I think it's named after Smokey Robinson.
Jamie got the Foxhole.
There you go. They use popularity to push the station. So they give you a lot of control over the programming of it. You have to have your own team. LL Cool J, obviously, Rock the Bells Radio. That used to be throwback station, but it's still, but he put Mr. C in charge at the time, who was doing a lot of the programming. And now I don't know who does it, but they actually let you program the station. So I think what happened with Shade 45, Sound 42 is one, Drake got his ass kicked. And people they stopped listening as much, number one. Number two, I think that he went through that whole depression period because remember you couldn't find him for nothing. So when you stop programming the station and putting in that effort or whatever the case is,
lose family.
Yeah. This is a great marketing tool. Who doesn't want a Sirius XM radio station?
Who don't want to be on a Sirius XM radio station?
That's what I'm saying. It's a great marketing tool. Who can play your records, and how do you lose that? So who knows, man? But,
well, like I said, like we were saying the other day, see, I wouldn't be surprised moving forward for like radio to survive if they move to the subscription model too and offer some other things. You know what I mean? Because at this point, like I said, all of us who complain about radio, it's still the last free medium out there. So if they want to compete, you never know. You know what I mean? It might be your station in the city. It might be a conglomerate of like TuneIn, which houses these different things that you pay for, whatever. But I just think we're in the biggest space of time that, like Headrose was saying, I can go listen to what I want when I want without no interruptions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yep. Yes. And that's how I know about all the West Coast artists. Like, who else you know from the Midwest know about Rex? Like, I listen to this shit all day long. I just scroll through music, just scroll through. That's how I found Old Boy from last week. Just go through music, so.
The week before, but it's all up.
Yeah, week before. Yeah, that's right.
Well, listen, it is almost 7:30. We're gonna try to catch a little bit of this out here, but it's all good. I know the game's coming on. I think they're on now, actually. Cleveland.
Yeah. Boston and Orlando on right now.
Oh, really?
Boston win.
Boy, I don't think they can handle. They came close last game, but
Boston
that second quarter, that second half is like.
I don't think I see Tatum though. Tatum might be out with the wrist. That could be a little changer.
But your man's what's your man, the light skinned cat with the braids on Magic, man?
Bonchero.
Yeah, he's an issue.
He's a monster, yo. He's a monster.
He's an issue. He ain't nothing to play.
Of course he is. They got some pieces over there. They're not in the playoffs for no reason. They got pieces. I just don't think they have enough to handle Boston.
Ain't got no doubt.
That big man was giving Porzingis a headache the other day, though. I noticed that. At least in the first half. First half.
I'm not a big fan of Porzingis. I ain't really got nothing good to say about him.
He was a Knick.
That's why I'm just saying he seemed like he was cool when he was out there, but then he just kind of fell flat to me. But
he did fall flat
in basketball.
Fell out with the ownership. I mean,
yeah. And these basketball players are divas, man. This is like I was watching a podcast the other day. Dude brought up a good point. He said, "Why you don't get All-Star games like we used to?" He's like, "Cause these cats want they want to get paid for everything. They too lazy. You ain't finna get Bron and all that, man. And of course, injuries you got to worry about that. But if you ain't paying them enough to go out there and play on All-Star Weekend, so that's why we get a whole bunch of bench players and 6 men on All-Star Weekend looking for a good game. And then if it is somebody popular out there, they ain't really sticking no defense. It was Gary Payton. That's what it was. It was interviewing Gary Payton.
Game is different. They made a lot of crazy rules too. I mean, it's a different game. Different game. But I like the way they've been letting play. I haven't been seeing as many chippy calls. At least in the Knicks Detroit series, they've been letting them sort of, hey, listen, let them bang a little bit. Let's play.
Stop blowing that whistle so much.
Yeah, let them play, man. Shit, trying to watch the game.
Well, down here, right down the street, King Kendrick is in town.
Oh, he's in Houston today?
It's over here, NRG, right down the street, man. So it's probably gonna look like the rodeo if I step outside right now. But yeah, it's going down tonight.
Yeah,
did y'all have crazy weather this weekend?
No, we had crazy weather this morning and yesterday morning.
I was in Wichita Falls over the weekend, and I had crazy thunder, rain, lightning. You know what I mean? There was tornado watch like right at the tip of Oklahoma, and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying?
Monday morning, I woke up to what sounded like a war in Asgard with Thor and Loki, because that shit was crazy. It felt like it was right.
No, that was. I mean, I ain't never heard thunder like that, dog. That shit was nuts.
Yes, sir. So you know you in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
it
you
get
go.
like that in Texas, man. It get like that in Texas.
Yeah, you're in Tornado Alley, right?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I was in Wichita Falls, Texas, which I guess I was told was an hour away from Oklahoma or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I've never heard thunder hit like that ever. I was like, God damn.
Right in the panhandle.
It get nasty out there.
Oklahoma Thunder, man.
They say they ain't got the ring. They ain't got that name for no reason, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I never thought of that shit.
That's why I was saying that's why I was like Oklahoma. That y'all ain't catch it. That's what I was saying, right?
Yeah, I didn't catch it the first time.
Some of that weather is literally madness. You ain't lying. Some of that weather is terrible, man. Especially in the Midwest. I really, whew.
Yeah, it goes down.
You wake up and everybody's talking about there might be a tornado coming. That's enough for me. Let alone thunder, lightning, and all other brimstone burning. Who knows? But you know, them things there, shit. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Speaking of that, I mean, that's where I don't know if anybody saw that movie. The Paradise Show, but shit, some of the coastal cities, it's just as bad, if not crazier. It's a lot.
I watched.
A lot going on. If you ain't seen Paradise, that was all right. All right, but all right, let me go do what I gotta do. I think that we had a good day, even though we didn't have Icewear pull up. It's all good. It's all good. But
hey, CL, did you guys put that like how to reach out to old girl for a possible interview? Was that her peoples that was on, or just?
I could put you in with Puerto Rico Rob and Norjan and them. They can just set it up.
Send them my email if you can, because I feel like I need to.
Yeah, I think you don't want to do a three-way text, because I feel like email.
Yeah, whichever one turns their head, email or text.
Yeah, I'll get y'all together and make it happen. I think that'd be a good interview for her too. Word. So
without giving directions to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? That shit has been in my head ever since we heard that day.
Word up. All right, y'all. Till next week.
Love, see.
Love.
Shouts to the Lakers. Shouts to the Knicks. We gotta go.
Ah, boy, it's gonna be a weekend, boy. I'll be texting. We might. Y'all, is everybody in our text group? I feel like people are not in the text group. There must be some people.
I don't think I'm in there. I don't think I'm in there.
Can we add you to the text group? Let me see something.
I think for what it's worth, Big Red, Dallas would be getting their ass whooped too by the Thunder.
I mean, yeah, because I can honestly say if we wind up going forward, yeah, we definitely getting our ass kicked, because we got to get it together next year. Hopefully next year, after the All-Star break, we can turn things up, man.
Hey, I did see though there might be a play to get Durant over there. You know, Durant won out of Phoenix.
Yeah,
that would be a nasty. That would be a nasty four, dog.
Yeah, championship run.
That's Durant, Kyrie, Clay, and AD.
That would be real nasty. That would be something
nasty.
I would really, really love to see if if we could pull something off like that. That'd be real good.
Shit,
I'm going for the Lakers right now.
Y'all not gonna championship run with that if they can stay healthy. Shit.
Yep.
I'm strengthening, coach. I've been pushing for this for the past 2 goddamn years. I'm like, y'all need to find a great strengthening coach on y'all team, because y'all getting lame injuries. Like Jesus, strained kneecaps and strained pinky fingers. Come on, man. Something. Y'all just get it fixed. Fix it. Nico, fix it.
We shall see. But all right, my brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir. Till next time.
Bless up, y'all.
Recording stop.